to Saka. Into White again, who flicks it beautifully into the inside right channel. Gyökeres comes foraging for it, gets it back to Saka. Saka moves it infield, and now's a chance for Saliba to continue to keep the ball moving for Arsenal, who are coming forward now with Rice. They just keep the ball so well, they hold on to possession with command.
They've got great movement, Sam, as well. Just watching Odegaard, he doesn't stop moving. Exactly what you should be when you're playing that position. I had a brief spell playing a few months there once, and I really enjoyed it, but you've got to stay on the move, you've got to keep finding the space and giving you, even under pressure, you've got to receive it, bounce it, and his fitness levels and his ability, even without the ball on the press, he's probably their best stringer for that as well.
And Chelsea will miss Caicedo tonight. He's picked up more cards this season than a professional poker player, but there's no doubt that Rossini's midfield are going to miss him. Such a good ball winner.
How can you not? How can you not? Especially when you're coming up against the level of player they are. Declan Rice and Zuba Mendes, two of the best in Europe. So, and well, of course, we just mentioned Odegaard as well, but Caicedo's a massive miss. Throwing Reece James, throwing Palmer, throwing Delap, and all of a sudden, you're asking a lot of this group.
Crowd like you, who's again a little bit over-aggressive in his exchanges with Gabriel. Arsenal 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League. There's an aura and an intensity about Mikel Arteta's team this season. I think it reflects their hunger to get the job done. Here is Rice just dropping into midfield, fires it back to Rizabalaga, who's on the edge of the 18-yard box. We played 19 minutes at Stamford Bridge on this Wednesday night in West London, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Esteban getting back to help out his defence, and he is adjudged to have won that fairly from Trossard, and he releases João Pedro. We haven't seen too much of in the early exchanges. He picks it up right side, looks to try and feed it into the box. It's a deep cross towards Pedro Neto. He's too diminutive to get on the end of that. It flies over his head and goes out for a goal kick.
It's unlucky actually from João Pedro. Decent spot. Neto on the back post. The problem Chelsea have got, when Arsenal press them really hard, if the keeper wants to go long, they've got no one who's quicker than the defenders they're up against. Neto and Ben White may be a good race, but Timber's as fast as Esteban, and Guiu isn't as strong as Gabriel and Saliba, so if it does go up to Guiu, he's struggling to get hold of it, and he can't play it long enough to get in behind Ben White and Timber, so when they go long, they lose possession as well, so that's why they're probably trying to play out so much.
TalkSport on a Wednesday night. Arsenal, the set-piece kings, lead by a goal from a corner kick. He scored it in the first 7 minutes of the game. Ben White with his first goal for 2 years. He only ever seems to score against Chelsea. Here's Fofana, moving the ball out towards João Pedro. He was under pressure there, was Palmer, and then the Saliba played that against João Pedro. It goes out for a throw, and it wasn't the right decision despite the protest from the Brazilian. And it goes to Odegaard, under pressure from Enzo Fernandez. The ball spills out towards the near side. Good trick from João Pedro to bring the ball upfield. Arteta screaming at his team to get back and help defend. João Pedro is crunched from behind by Saliba. That's going to be a free kick tucked to the touchline, about 15 yards inside opposition territory. So Mirren have had a goal disallowed in the game with Hearts, who are top of the Scottish Premiership tonight. Here it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Away from home in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Esteban made a good run through the middle of the pitch, but it's gone wide out to a Champong instead. Chelsea trying to retain possession, but a Champong almost ran into trouble there because he went backwards and ended up meeting with Leandro Trossard.
He did well actually recover, and he had no options. He looked up and then he tried to come back, and he was getting pressed really well.
He's a good player actually.
Yeah, he is.
Young player at Champong. I think he'll end up in the middle of the defence eventually, but he's not doing too bad. And right back, here comes Neto in the left wing position, sliding the ball into the area. Not the most precise of footballs, and it's cleared away by Rice and out for a throw-in.
He didn't have many options, Sam. Great play from Neto down the left, but when he looked up, there was only Guiu in the box, so he tried to pull back. Declan Rice was in what you call a perfect position defensively for a central midfielder, just on that line there, just getting inside the box as the full-backs come in. Brilliant from Rice.
Really good defending from Rice. Just wonder whether or not sometimes Pedro Neto could just have that extra bit of aggression and gamble a little bit more. Here is Esteban down the right side. Ball carries back to Santos. Enzo Fernandez out to the left. João Pedro falls over and gives it away. And now Saka races up to the half Gyökeres, but Gyökeres can't outpace Chalobah, who nudged it towards the near side. Gyökeres eventually goes to forage and receive it, but Chelsea snuff out any potential danger.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have that pace to outrun people. It was a poor choice from Saka because he knows Chalobah's quicker than Gyökeres, and it was a straight ball, wasn't a great ball.
Chelsea defensively have really got to tighten up a little bit. They haven't kept a clean sheet in any of their last 8 games now. They do always seem to score. They've registered in 29 of their last 30 games. The scoring against Arsenal is not always easy. I mean, it's got a little bit easier over the course of the last few weeks. Some of their defensive standards have just slightly slipped. But
although they haven't had a settled back four for quite a while,
I was about to say, they haven't fielded their first choice back four since before November's international break. Foul by Enzo Fernandez. And it's on Ødegaard, 7 yards outside the box, wide on the left, so a chance for Arsenal to create something from yet another set piece. Declan Rice taking over.
We can see the technical areas from where we are. I know Rosenya's been told off about 6 times by the fourth official for being outside of his box.
Has he? It's usually the preserve of Mikel Arteta.
I know, that's what I was thinking, it's ironic.
But I've got to be honest, there are some technical areas that are bigger than others, and Chelsea is one of the smallest.
Yeah, but this man, they still go out of it, don't they? Yeah. So I can't believe. I've got to leave this box, that's the way they think.
I feel like you're in sort of technical
jail. Yeah.
Ødegaard to take the free kick over on the far side. 24 gone, TalkSport at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal on the attack, looking to double their advantage. Ball into the near post, missed by Champon. Comes back to Zubimendi on the volley. It's over the top of the crossbar from him.
All from Ødegaard. That was a real let-off because it was unlike him. It was a really poor free kick in, but a lucky bit of poor clearance and deflection ends up. I think it was Zubimendi who fires it over with a volley. Expect better that there from Ødegaard.
Dear oh dear. Robert Sanchez trying to give the ball to Gyökeres inside his own 6-yard box. Never a sensible thing to do.
The thing is with this, Sam, this is something the manager has worked on with them. They're not going to be doing it off their own back. This is how he wants to play, that's fine, but I've always said it, and I will always say it's about variation, understanding the game. Too many times, they've got away with it there, playing out, and it's a foul on Del Pedro from Zubimendi, but too many times they've tried that. They've got to do the other as well. Even if they lose it on this way, because you can then win second balls and get off the pitch.
And the other thing is you've got to put a little bit of seed doubt into Arsenal. If they're overcommitting players pressing up the top end of the pitch, then you can try and beat that press and have gaps to run into the other side.
Exactly. But this is where I always say that, experience and age and wisdom in football, that is a big, big thing.
Enzo Fernandez strikes off Ødegaard, moves into the centre circle, and then tries to feed it out wide to a Champon, who's seen a lot of the ball in the opening 25 minutes of the game. Back it goes to halfway. Chalobah steers it centrally into the part of Fofana. He gives it away. Arsenal win it back and then promptly give it back to Chelsea. And then Guiu links with Esteban, who immediately sends the ball to a Champon who's in an offside position. He strikes, it's pushed over the top line. Kepa Arrizabalaga, and the flag was always going to go up.
It was.
He does.
But it's tighter than you think, because Ben White was deeper than the other three, and it was much tighter than you think, but I think he probably just was. He did well there, Enzo Fernandez, to wriggle out of that.
Yeah, because he looked at it for one moment as if he was going to lose the ball in a difficult position.
It's interesting watching Chelsea play, because what's happening is Esteban's drifting into these central areas to get closer to Guiu, and the width is actually coming from Champon. I'd rather see Esteban out there at times on the ball, who can run at the full back, just have a bit better end quality, final ball, shot.
Especially when Tim spends most of his time really high up as well.
Yeah.
By the way, tonight when we finish, Jamie O'Hara and Carlton Cole will be taking your calls on the sports bar. Cundy is here, I've seen him, but he's not going to make it back in time, so he'll go to Frankie's instead. I'm sorry, I think he'll go home instead. But he will, I'm sure, have something to say about the game tomorrow night when he's back on the sports bar. You'll be able to have your say, whatever happens, 03717 22 33 44. And tomorrow morning, when you wake up, Brazil and Gabby back on breakfast. Here at Chelsea coming forward with João Pedro. Good weave to get to the edge of the box. It's fed by Andre Santos into Guiu. Guiu back to Enzo Fernandez. There's space out wide on the right. trickled through the 6-yard box after Enzo Fernandez had released João Pedro into an inside right position. It drifted through that area of the pitch, and there was no one in blue to finish it off and give Chelsea the equaliser they craved.
Good play from Chelsea. Their best move, really. They were patient, they moved the ball quickly. They switched it, they waited for the space. I think João Pedro, when he got in that inside right position, he's shooting and he mishits it across the 6-yard box. I don't think he meant to do that, but you would expect someone to be going in there at least anyway. I thought it was a shot, miss-hit shot.
I wonder if Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank would have finished that off.
Smashed it in the bottom corner.
He's joining the boys on breakfast tomorrow morning. Here tonight watching the game. And he will be on the breakfast show tomorrow morning on Talksport between 6 and 10. Here's Saka holding the ball up after being followed by Marc Cucurella, whose hair seems to be getting a lot longer. It's Erdogan into the centre, headed away by Chalobah. Snapped up by Zuma Mendy. Arsenal leading by Milton, 29 minutes got. The red shirts coming forward once again. Lots of blue ones trying to get back and keep them at arm's length. It's only 1-0, and while it's only 1-0, Chelsea will feel that they can drag themselves back into this semi-final first leg. They want to stay within touching distance by the time they get to the Emirates, because they might have some big players back. So a bit of a poor challenge by Esteban, but Leandro Trossard has got back up again, and he's received it from Timber. Inside the area, shoots past the defender, tries to pull the trigger. It's blocked by the fire and goes behind and out for a corner. Excellent football from Arsenal, in particular Leandro Trossard, who has been absolutely superb for Arsenal this season, and that was another example of his ability.
It was a great little move, and Timber was involved as well. The little dummy in the pass. It was a brilliant move. I'm not sure he got the final block, because as Trossard came in, he did another little dummy, just ready to slot it into the corner. And a sliding tackle came over. It was a brilliant bit of defending.
Corner far side, Rice to take it. Saliba with the closest contact towards the goalkeeper. They're a little bit further out from the danger zone than they usually are here, Arsenal, but now they all burst and move towards the back edge of the box. Sanchez reaches his arms into the sky and claims it ahead of Gabriel, and this time he clears it out by bowling it into the path of Enzo Fernandez. 1-0 to Arsenal, half an hour gone. This is Talksport. Here is Enzo Fernandez travelling down the left side of the centre circle. Back to Cucurella, and then into Fofana. And Arsenal just retreat to the halfway line.
It was a big moment, that. I think it might have been Fofana or Chalobah, whoever made that tackle or block, because it looked for a second that he was going to just slot it in that bottom corner, and 2-0 would be a mountain to climb.
Guillaume holds it up, and then plays a difficult ball to João Pedro. Does manage to utilise it well. Santos plays a very good pass to Enzo Fernandez, who in turn excellently drifts the ball out towards Esteban. Down the right side, left-footed drive into the near post, pushed away by Kepa Malaga to stop a Chelsea equaliser. And his near post is out for a corner.
Well, it's that right-hand side that's causing all the problems. I'm not sure whether they're getting the rotation of Chelsea players over there sorted, Arsenal, because Timber's marking, 1 minute he's marking Archibald, then he's marking Esteban. Trossard's got to give him a little bit of a hand. Getting out of the run over there.
Corner from Enzo Fernandez into the near post, away by Gabriel, comes out on the edge of the area for Cucurella, who threatens to shoot. He heads it goalwards instead, takes a deflection on Zuma Mendy, and someone, I think, pushed Gabriel in the back. He goes down to ground. Yeah. That's going to be a free kick away to our left, and no problems for Arsenal. Bit of a problem for Falkirk, as Celtic have taken the lead at half-time. Nygren with a goal just 2 minutes before the break for Martin O'Neill's team. And it's 1-0 to Celtic. And chasing Hearts and Rangers above them in the table at the moment. And Celtic will go above Rangers if they get that victory tonight. And they'll be within 4 points of the leaders, Hearts, who are currently 0-0 with St Mirren at Tynecastle this evening. Been there, Tynecastle? We've got a stadium there.
I think I played a pre-season friendly up there, yeah, many years ago. Although it's that long ago, I'm struggling to remember. I think we won the air comfortably, but I like the Scottish ground. I've always enjoyed going there and playing. I love the football, the atmosphere is always good.
I went up there during a mid-season sort of, right, when they had the winter break, and there was a mid-season week when there was no football. Took the family up there, and me and the little boy, was only 5 at the time, but we decided, while the girls went out for a drink that night, we decided to get a half Celtic. And we sat down in the stadium, and sitting next to me, Sky commentator Rob Forford, who'd done exactly the same as I did. Wow, we're all nerds together.
I'm more worried about the choice to take your family to Scotland on holiday, you tank git.
Edinburgh? It's a lovely place, Edinburgh.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Beach is great there.
It's a short city break. It's a bit of culture. Edinburgh Castle, bit of Cayley. You must have done that.
Oh yeah, my kids would rather go and see a castle and be on a beach somewhere riding jet skis. Come on.
Well, we're not all as well remunerated as you, Danny. It was kept over the Balaka on the far side. It's a lovely town, Edinburgh. He picks it up, forces the ball infield. Rice, back to Aviva Balaga under pressure. It's a good 12 minutes to go before half-time. Down the right it goes. Kukurea with a header. Into the path of Fofana. And then shielding the ball from Trossard. He almost ends up giving the ball away to Rice. And does Andre Santos. And Odegaard comes forward. Feeds Timber in the left side of the area. He jiggles with it and then feeds it back to Zubamendi, who finds Trossard into the box. He exchanges passes and then volleys as it pops up inside the D towards goal. But it's about 2 yards over the top of the crossbar. And it goes out for a goal kick away to our right-hand side. 34 gone. It's Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. Live on TalkSport, and hold on a second. They got a ball out of play on the near side. Is it come back in again? What's going on?
They actually got good numbers forward there, Arsenal. It was a good move. They were patient, probably too patient. I thought a couple of them could have had a chance to shoot, and they kept passing it. And then Trossard actually had a shot when he should have passed it. But good numbers forward there.
Well, Arsenal scored first, and they had Chelsea right where they want them. They're pressing high up now as Chelsea look to play out from the back. Fofana drops it into Neto, but it was not a great ball. And Ben White manages to get it forward. Then Sanchez has been called by Fofana to come pick the ball up, but he took too long to do so and almost got shut down by Gyökeres. Eventually Sanchez folds it down into Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea obviously have only had a short amount of time with Liam Rossigna, and they are without some of their main characters in their cast.
Yeah, they've done all right. I think they've done all right.
Let's see what he has tried to sort of infuse into them in those short sessions that he's had.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, they're trying to play out. They've got this little rotation going on the right more than the left. Esteban coming in and causing a little headache, whether Timber follows him or whether one of the midfield boys picks him up. Action Pom popping down the right, so it's a bit lopsided at times, but it's more about the mental strength to recover from that early goal. They've done well. They're a very young team, and they've just gathered themselves, and that's some decent moves, half chances.
Yeah, teenagers on the pitch tonight as well for Chelsea. Esteban is only 18 years of age. Mark Hughes only 20. Andre Santos has only just turned 21. Played under Liam Rossigna at Strasbourg, didn't he? Action playing it right back tonight, only 19. Here is Gabriel, vastly more experienced, playing the ball into the even more experienced Leandro Trossard. His ball forward is actually easily cut out by Chalobah. It wasn't the best, and then Esteban sees a gap, decides to run through it, and does so. Then he fancies chances against Declan Rice down the right-hand side. Cuts in, he's got 3 for company now, Esteban. He's still got hold of the ball, dazzling and turning. He's sticking to him like glue. He's trying to take the mick out of Trossard. He beats him, gets around the outside, but just runs the ball a little bit too far. It goes out for a goal kick. Esteban is pleading with the assistant on the far side, suggesting there was a nick by Trossard, but he's not going to change his mind. He's out for a goal kick, not a corner.
Now it's good from Esteban, positive, brave, he's playing free, he's enjoying himself. He's causing a real problem because he's drifting. It's obviously a deliberate tactic. Sometimes he's out on the right, sometimes he's in the area as a 10. It's really good.
He's a brilliant player, and I maybe got a little bit excited when he first came, but I said after watching him for Palmeiras, I believe one day he'll be a Ballon d'Or winner. I think he's got that ability, and I think the way that Chelsea play, I don't think he'll be a Chelsea player forever. The way that Chelsea run their business. But we shall see.
Oh dear, got lucky there, Gabriel.
Ball forward by Trossard, into the inside left position, looking for Zubamendi. Fofana comes across and has to dab it out in front of Zubamendi. He made a really intelligent run, actually, into a vacated position, so that there was Only him and Saka going forward.
We've done that 3 times, Sam. You know, for a holding midfielder, he's very good at spotting where the space is. Nobody's going to pick me up, I'm gone. Now, he just lacks a little bit of yard there against someone with the pace of a Fafana, but what he does is he turns them round.
It's caused Chelsea a little bit of panic, I think. Fafana couldn't really do anything else but just nudge it out for a corner. And it gives the impetus back to Arsenal because the ball was at the other end of the field just moments ago. Now they have a corner in front of the Matthew Harding end away to our right. It'll be taken by Declan Rice, who will send it in right-footed. Saliba is in there, so is Gabriel, Timber, White, all round the goalkeeper, surrounding him, smothering him, and the ball goes into the near post, picked away by Chalobah. Collected by Odegaard on the edge of the box. And they will come again here. Here is Zubimendi, forward into the path of Trossard, then back out wide to Odegaard, who's falling towards Gyökeres, is headed, I think, goalwards, hit him on the shoulder, and ended up spooning out for a goal kick well wide of the upright.
I've been a little bit disappointed down this right side with Arsenal. Saka, we haven't really seen get into the game at all.
Only 1 goal in his last 14 appearances for Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, he's obviously needs the ball, needs to keep giving him the ball, but the left side has been more productive for Arsenal with Timber and Trossard, that's for sure. I actually thought Madueke when he played, I think the Arsenal game, the Bournemouth game, he did really well. He looked really sharp.
I'll tell you what, Chelsea was so lucky there. They played out from the back, kicked the ball out of play because they were struggling to release it upfield. It went out, and another ball came onto the pitch higher up. Now they threw it in quickly, and Gyökeres was basically free inside the penalty area. And the referee had to stop the game because there were 2 balls on the pitch. But if he hadn't have had to do that, Chelsea was banging serious dodge. It's got to make sure they're a little bit more switched on in those circumstances. They've got to be switched on here as Declan Rice looks to toss the ball in from the left side. It's a long throw by him, level with the edge of the area. It goes all the way past Fafana, cleared away by João Pedro, and then Zubimendi picks it up, and it's steered back into Rice's path by Saliba, who then looks up, threatened to shoot, does shoot, right-footed, and hits the roof of the net. Well, he hasn't scored this season, and that would have been some way to open your account for the campaign.
Well, do you know what it was? He's in the inside left position, just on around the edge of the box, and it felt like the Chelsea boys were saying, go on, then have a shot, because it's you. And he whipped it really right in the top corner. It was a hell of a good effort, but he was laying off him there. Can't let anybody have that much time and space on the edge of the box.
Cucurella trying to fight Ben White to win that ball, which was laid out by Enzo Fernandez. As Chelsea are playing out from the back, didn't quite manage it. João Pedro's had to go back into the left full-back position to cover. He hasn't really got any options here, and Ben White squeezing into the corner. João Pedro trying to get it away. Cucurella trying to help it on. Neto using his body to shield it from Zubimendi, who was holding him, and Chelsea get a free kick.
I think Zubimendi disbelieved. He was had his arms by the side of him, and Neto holding his shirt, and he still got the free kick given against him. Rossini being told again to get back in his box. And again.
Having a friendly conversation with the fourth official, isn't he? That's what it looks like. Like their old pals. I think that's Tim Robinson, isn't it, the fourth official tonight? Ball on the edge of the D with Chelsea's Wesley Fafana, who guides it back to Robert Sanchez, whose mistake has led to the first goal.
See, there he could have gone long. He's gone short again, but there was a 3v3. You can see it right down in front of him. There's a 3v3 on the halfway line. Why wouldn't you do that now and again? Take the risk.
Here is Neto dropping in, taking the ball beyond Saka and White, then running laterally, and then he couldn't find the pass to Esteban. He did all the hard work, and then couldn't get it through his teammate on the far side of the pitch.
Ball from Trossard, though. He intercepted it with a heavy touch. Great opportunity.
Talking of heavy touches, Chelsea getting themselves into a bit of dodge with Sanchez and Fafana trying to play out. Almost gave it to Arsenal, they get away with it, and then Trossard is brought down with Champon, foot behind as he escaped. That's going to be a yellow card. And they've had enough of Esteban as well, moaning and asking for decisions. He's got a yellow card too.
He's been good down. He did brilliantly again, Esteban. I don't know why he's doing. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt him, but he's the one who's getting on it and making things happen. See Declan Rice just watching him frustrated there. Trossard's got to be careful as well. He's struggling defensively with that action pop. He's quicker than him. He's bombing on all the time. Trossard's just got to be a bit more proactive than reactive. Find his position a bit earlier so he can see him coming on to him, because he's trying to chase him but he's not as quick as him.
Good run from Achampong was.
Done alright.
Oh, he's a good player. Here is Enzo Fernandez. He played really well actually during that Conference League campaign last year, gave him a lot of confidence. Here's Enzo Fernandez into the penalty area for Farmer. Comes back out as far as Esteval. Good ball through the legs of Trossard. Sent into the centre by Pedro Neto.
He had a right foot, he should have hit that. He wasn't comfortable, but he's tried an awkward cross running around it. It's there to be hit that.
That is a little bit of an issue with him, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was the reason he gave the ball away when he'd done all the hard work to take on half of the Arsenal midfield. It's because he wanted to play the ball out to Esteban with his outside of his left boot instead of just playing the simpler pass with the right foot. Here is White down the right-hand side. Cucurella tries to get the better of Saka, and he does that by taking him out, and he now gets a yellow card. But he's got to be a little bit careful because he was sent off the last time I saw him 7 days ago.
Well, in the league game when they played Arsenal here, he got a yellow against Saka early, didn't he, if you recall? Saka was terrific that game in terms of holding the ball, and I think he ended up setting up the goal as well. But now, it was a silly tackle as well, because he's not really going anywhere if he stays with the run from Cucurella. Now he's got to be one-on-one on occasion with Saka as he gets more tired. And I don't think he's best pleased about that tackle there, Saka.
Yeah, he's getting gingerly to his feet now. It's always going to be an interesting battle between those two tonight. Rob Sanchez has just put Esteban as the one-man wall on this near side. Erdogan is around about 16 yards from the edge of the penalty area, level with the right edge of it. He's going to leave it for Declan Rice to try and swing it in behind the Chelsea line, which is 6 yards outside the penalty area. And it's all 10 outfield players basically strung along that line. It's swung in, it's not a great delivery. It comes back out to Erdogan after being steered away by a Champong, and now Saka goes down the right side, trying to tease past Cucurella, plays it into his midriff. It bounces out of play away for a set piece to Arsenal, another corner.
I have to say, I know we talked about Yoko before, he struggled again, hasn't he? It's not really impacting the game. We know he's not the quickest and he can't run behind, but he's really looks low on confidence when the ball comes into his feet, and decision making's a bit slow. I feel for him a bit. Just as funny a bit.
Almost a half step behind the action. Here is Saka from the near side to take a left-footed delivery, which will stick under the goalkeeper. Again, he's being smothered. It's in towards that near post, and again the referee reacts by blowing his whistle, giving a foul this time against Leandro Trossard. Bringing on the penalty spot. 1 minute running time at the end of the first 45 on TalkSport, with Arsenal leading by a goal to nil. The goal coming after 7 minutes. Scored by Ben White, his first for nearly 2 years. His last goals were against Chelsea in a thumping win. And he scored the first goal of this Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. TalkSport will bring you live commentary of the Manchester Derby at the weekend. Our 250th commentary of the weekend. And you'll be able to hear that. Nicky Gray, Stuart Pearce, Rashford Chowdhury and I will be there from 11 o'clock, bringing you all the build-up to Michael Carrick's first game in charge. We've got commentary Leicester at the same time. And Adrian Durham takes you round the grounds from 2:30 on Saturday with Leanne Summerson and Kevin Phillips, who's been a good addition to our team this year.
I'd be tempted if I was Liam Rosenior to put maybe Neto down the middle second half and bring Arnacho on, so you've just got 3 out-and-out quick players and you can turn them round a little bit more.
Ball sent forward by Arsenal up to Trossard. You'd sacrifice Guy, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There's the half-time whistle. At the end of quite an interesting first 45 minutes, in which Arsenal took the lead after 7 clicks into the game. The first corner of the match missed by Robert Sanchez, converted by Ben White. Arsenal won all of their 10 cup ties this season, and thanks to that goal early in the first half, they're 45 minutes away from winning this one too. That Chelsea hot seat might be feeling a little bit warmer at half-time for Liam Rosenior. It is the break, and Chelsea nil, Arsenal 1 is the scoreline.
Sam, thank you very much. Yes, Arsenal have a slender lead, but the stats read well for the Gunners as well. They've lost just 1 of their last 76 matches in all the competitions when scoring first, and they scored very early on in this one. Let's reflect on that first half, with Danny Murphy then. Obviously it was a fast start from Arsenal to score as early as they did, but most of us were all intrigued to see how this Chelsea team were going to fare, especially under their new manager. They've certainly grown in the game.
Yeah, they reacted well, actually. Deserve some credit. Got some joy down this right, Arsenal's left, Chelsea's right-hand side. Got a nice little bit of rotation going on. Esteban's been terrific. He's done some brilliant things. You can see his real quality. Hard to keep hold of him, or get hold of him, because he's popping up in these little spaces 1 minute, and then the next thing he's out on the right wing, but he's so sharp and quick. Been a little bit disappointed in Gyökeres and Saka for Arsenal from an attacking perspective. Trossard's had his moments, but even Trossard's been a little bit wasteful. I think Arteta will be giving them a little kick up the backside, let's say, because really, other than the set plays and the one half chance earlier, they haven't really hurt this Chelsea team very often. Now, they haven't conceded many chances themselves, but Chelsea can take a little bit of strength from that first start, with that reaction to the goal, and a little bit of positivity, because to get behind this Arsenal back four isn't easy. They've done it a few times, and they've got themselves in some really dangerous positions. I would think about the young lad replacing him, Gear. I know he's trying, but physically it's hard on your own against those two, as we talked about before. I'd be looking at maybe getting Neto up there, putting Garnacho on the left, and looking for the pacing behind to play some more balls over the top, because him trying to fight those two is a bit fruitless for them.
I mean, looking at the bench, you mentioned Garnacho there. In terms of any other sort of attacking options, there's Tyreek George, and there's also Shimmiuka, but the last two I've just mentioned there are in particular quite inexperienced, and as you say, when you're coming up against an Arsenal defence that are imperious as they are, you're going to need players who are up for that battle, who are, in that sense, know what it's like to come up against a defence as hard and as tough as Arsenal.
Yeah, Garnacho's got experience, and he's also got that real pace and that press. You wouldn't be losing on the left, but with Neto, what you'd have is a different problem from the centre half, because he'd either be dropping in really deep or he'd be spinning in behind. And I just think it would, as you come out second half sometimes, and the team has made a different tactical change. Well, it's a personnel change, but it would give you different problems. It's like, oh, you're on the back foot, it's like something new. At the moment, it feels like Arsenal, as the half wore on, so I think they could probably start dropping and defending this quite comfortably. I didn't say, I think what Arteta will be angry with and want to fix is the left backside. Not just for the Timber, but mainly because of Trossard is who's not been proactive with defending, which I don't like him actually. And let's give Achibong some credit, because he is lightning quick and his game is going. So I think Arteta will tidy that up. I'd be amazed if he did in the second half.
Well, what we have seen is it took a little bit of time, as we mentioned, with Chelsea to kind of get into the game, in the sense that Arsenal went ahead so early on, and Arsenal's defence, they all got back in numbers, as they tend to do. Arsenal really defended well, but as you pointed out, Danny, what was impressive about Chelsea is they persisted, in the sense that they found eventually ways through. It's just they haven't been able to beat Kepa as of yet.
Yeah, they're trying to play through, and the fans are getting frustrated, because on occasion they're giving the ball away, especially early in the game. Sanchez sometimes looks a little bit, his mannerisms is a little bit casual, and they play out. Arsenal really good on the press. I talked about it in the comments. So the fans are getting frustrated, but on the odd occasion they have got through that press. They are out then, and then they've got a real. But we're fortunate high up, we can see here. My thing is that if the goalkeeper was clever, the coach should be seeing it, and the coaches really as well, is that because they're pressing so well sometimes, if he mixes it up more, Arsenal are brave, they're leaving 3v3, because they love to go and press. They're comfortable defending man for man. So every now and again, you've got to go and take the risk of the 3v3, because if there's one mistake, you're in. But they haven't done that often enough. If I was in Mourinho at half time, I'd be saying to him, look, let's go long through, we've got to mix it up more. And take the pressure off the goalkeeper. He can hear the fans on him.
But is that in part then, do you think? Let's assume you were playing in this Chelsea team.
Yeah.
With the experience that you've had. And I know this is the problem, that Chelsea don't have the experience in their team. There's a very young Chelsea side. But if you were in this team, would you not be saying, especially if you were like Enzo Fernandez, the captain?
I'd be going back.
Yeah. You'd at some point have to say, got to switch it around. We're not getting. We're finding it difficult to break through the press.
Well, the only caveat to that is if you've got a manager who is so adamant that you continue to do what he asks, then you'll be brought off if you go against it. For example, which sounds a bit extreme, but it does happen. Trust me, I've been in situations where I've been asked to play a certain way and there's no compromise. I don't think that is the case. I think they're used to playing that way with Maresca. I think he's got to be guiding this goalkeeper a bit more, because he doesn't look completely confident in making his own choices. I would be saying to him, kick the next 3 or 5, then see if we can play. And try and work it out in your head whether the 3v3's on or whether we've got a chance to play. Because he's played out at times when they're man for man and can't do it. You'll get done. I think they could end up, if they keep doing it, they'll lose a goal doing it.
I suppose the message then to Liam Rosenia is they've got to stay in this tie. They've got to at least take it. If they're not going to win it, they can't concede any more.
They've done some good things.
Yeah.
Praise them for that. Make the switch. Go for the 3 pace up top. Not the young guy. I know he's trying, but no, that's not working. And don't risk losing 2 or 3 by making silly errors. Play some long balls. Play for some percentages. Maybe get a set play. Be cute. Stay in the tie. Exactly no. You're spot on.
Okay, Danny, we'll have more from you in the second half. But let's bring you a half-time check-in of what's going on in the second semi-final of the Africa Cup of Nations. Who is edging closer to face Senegal in that final? It is half-time. Ian Abrahams.
Morocco 0, Nigeria 0. Morocco better side than first half, with more chances. Brahim Diaz with a curler just wide. Hakimi 20-yard free kick was just over, and Saibari had a shot saved. On the other side of things for Nigeria, Lookman's shot from 25 yards was beaten away. And some bad news, Fulham defender Calvin Bassey, the Nigerian centre-half, was booked in the first half. So if Nigeria get to the final, he will miss it, unfortunately, because of having had 2 yellow cards. Senegal awaiting the final on Sunday. It's Morocco 0, Nigeria 0 at half-time.
Ian, thank you very much. No goals in that one, but there is a goal here at Stamford Bridge, and it's gone the way of the visitors. Arsenal then leading by 1-0 in the first leg of this League Cup semi-final. The second half to come, live on TalkSport.
Kick off on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. 18plusgambleaware.org.
Jack and Jill went up the hill in their new convertible roadster. The handling was good, and under the hood was a hybrid electric motor. Their new set of wheels came with a great deal thanks to their experience score. They got a better rate because their score was in shape. Now their walking days are no more. Better your Experian credit score to help unlock better rates on car finance. Experian, better your score, better your story.
Hi babe, what day? Fancy staying in tonight instead? He's calling my name and I saw you can get £5 off if you spend £20 on the app, so you in? Of course you are. Okay, bye.
Exclusive deal on McDonald's app. Save £5 when you spend £20 on food and drink via delivery. T&Cs apply. 18 plus. Service and delivery fees apply. Valid once a week. 1st and 31st of January. Participating restaurants. Serving time apply.
This January at Morrison's, get freshly cut prices on your January essentials, like aubergines, worth 95p each. Now 69p, or bold beans co cream butter beans, worth £3.25. Now £2.50. That's freshly cut prices at Morrison's. Morrison's to shop at Morrison's. Majority of stores, subject to availability. Prices may vary online and in Morrison's daily. Butter beans 570 grams, ends 20th of Jan. Aubergine ends 25th of Jan.
Did you know you can withdraw and deposit cash just around the corner at your local post office? We kid you not. We've partnered with all major UK banks to give you direct access to your bank account. And small business owners, take note. You can deposit your daily takings directly into your business account. With thousands of branches open late and on weekends, withdraw and deposit cash at post office. Visit your local branch today. Some banks may charge for selected services. Please speak to your bank for details.
Listen up, football fans. BetMGM brings Vegas entertainment to the biggest games and the biggest names. Because when it comes to betting on football, we're in a league of our own, baby. Offers? Oh, you know we got offers. Like bet £10 and get £40 in free bets. BetMGM. It's showtime. New customers only. Wagering requirements and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
They are the prodigies of the pitch, the kings and queens of the courts, and the titans of turf and track. But who was the real deal? Every Tuesday morning from 10, join June White and Simon Jordan as they nominate the sporting star who's proved to be the real deal of the week. Don't miss the real deal with White and Jordan every Tuesday morning from 10 on TalkSport with Selco Builders Warehouse. For the latest special offers, pick up this month's Real Deals in branch or view online at selcobw.com.
football kickoff, live on TalkSport.
Here at the bridge, it is Arsenal will hold Sunderland over Chelsea in this League Cup semi-final first leg. It's live on TalkSport as we bring you second half commentary shortly. Let's bring you a half-time odds update with Ladbrokes.
Odds update on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Lad's flagship. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18+ gambleware.org.
So at the break, here on TalkSport, it is Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1, and Ladbrokes have it now that Chelsea are best price 10 to 1 to win this one in 90 minutes. As for Arsenal, odds on favourite now 3 to 10 on. The draw 10 to 3 you can get right now. But Kyle Saka hasn't had much joy down the right hand side. To score any time is a 6 to 1 shot. And if you fancy Gabriel to score a header, that's now best priced at 20s. That was the latest odds with Ladbrokes. Stay tuned over gambleware.org.
Odds update on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. Get a free bet every week of the season and a big boost every day. That's Lad's flagship. Minimum £5 bet. Conditions apply. 18+ gambleware.org.
Okay, we are awaiting the players for the second half, but let's just reflect upon the first half and maybe what more can come from this Chelsea side. Sam Max faces alongside Danny Murphy, and obviously, Sam, when we've got the lineups, there are a lot of big names missing from the squad. There's no Liam Delap, no Cole Palmer, no Reece James, no Malo Gusto, for example. But it does make me wonder about the options on the bench for Liam Rosenior in terms of forward options. You've got a wry smile on your face.
Well, you've got Garnacho and Tyreek George there, two players that have been utilised by Chelsea a lot. Obviously, Garnacho, well, they're all young players, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's be clear about it. You know, there isn't any experience on the bench. I mean, Garnacho is the most experienced on the bench, but he's 21 years of age. So, look, there isn't too many options. And I was talking to one of the Chelsea representatives who really likes Shin Mueka, but it's a very difficult game to bring him into. I think Danny made a good point, actually. You could put Garnacho wide on the left-hand side, Pedro Neto as the false nine, then you've got some speedsters. They have used Tyreek George as an out-and-out forward as well. So
I think Neto played, I think my memory serves me right, played up there against Barca.
Yes.
And what it does is when you're a defensive player with Chelsea or a midfield player, you look up and you've got three speed demons, Esteban, Neto, and you can play more percentage balls. It doesn't have to be precise. And all of a sudden, when you start flipping a few over the top and you've got Neto down the channels, Garnacho running down to one side, Esteban on the other, then all of a sudden the back four drops a little bit and the space appears. I just think I know he's a young lad too, and he's trying to fight his game, his strength is coming to hold it up and stuff, but he's up against two of the best. He's getting bullied.
Well, Chelsea have made their way out. You heard the polite applause. The atmosphere's not been brilliant here at Stamford Bridge.
Is it ever?
Ooh. I don't even know how to answer that. I'm not here week in, week out.
scandalous.
You're going to ring up the Barca game. I know that was good.
Well, the Liverpool game was quite good as well when they won it in the last minute.
Yeah, true. So two a season.
Little digs there. But it hasn't been great. And maybe that's due to the uncertainty with the, first of all, the team that was put out, the fact that Liam Rosenior is still a relative unknown in some ways to these Chelsea.
I think also now, I mean, I'm joking around. I mean, all stadiums can be flat when you come up against a team that knows how to nullify you, and you know, Arsenal are really good at that. Chelsea fans actually, when they saw the team sheet, if any of them were thinking the worst, they can feel a little bit better about things sometimes. They've got in some really good positions, as I said, so there's no reason why they can't take the lead from that and then cause Arsenal some problems in the second half. My gut feeling is, although Arsenal are winning 1-0 and at times were a threat, I think Arteta will give them a rocket because they weren't at their best, were they? No. There's a lot more to come from them. You know, Gyökeres was poor. Saka, didn't see anything of him. There wasn't really cutting edge. The fullbacks aren't really getting forward and support. Timber did once. He had a great little move with Trossard down the left, didn't he? But other than that, it's not the Arsenal we've seen.
Well, what started off as a positive Arsenal, it kind of ran away from them as Chelsea grew.
I think Arteta will just feel that this is their good attention if they up their gears a little bit. They've got gears to go into, whereas you could argue this young Chelsea inexperienced side who's never played together before, this group, can they do better than they've just done?
The Arsenal team, as you may have heard there, for a course of booze, have made now their way out and are having their second half, well, pre-second half huddle now. Chelsea have certainly been out there a little bit longer and doing their little warm-up sessions in their partners, if you like. Right, so not much in this game when it comes to goals, and Chelsea certainly ended the half much better than they started it. Let's see what will happen in this second half. Your commentators, Danny Murphy and Sam Maxpace.
So it was interesting that Chelsea were out for a very long time before Arsenal at the start of the second half. Why would they have done that?
Sometimes the manager does it to make sure you're ready, go out, get some runs, get some sprints, get your mind right, get focused. Said his piece, got them out there.
Maybe it was Arsenal that were slightly late out of the dressing room. Maybe they had more discussions. Apparently half-time was 16 and a half minutes long.
Well, that should be a fine.
It usually is if you do it too many times.
Yeah.
Chelsea were touted by some as title contenders when these two met 7 weeks ago. Since then, they've sacked a manager, brought in a new one, realigned their expectations. 7 weeks ago, Liam Rossigna was in charge of Strasbourg, living in the historic town on the German border. 7 weeks ago, Mikel Arteta's side were at the start of their wobble. They hardly dropped any points, just 4 of them, and now they're 6 clear, and they're in command of this semi-final at the start of the second half. Life does come at you hard, doesn't it, when you're at the top level of English football. Here is Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea, coming down the left-hand side. It's Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. Chelsea in blue shirts, blue shorts, white socks. Attacking the Matthew Harding end, away to our right in the second half. Found by Saka on the Cucurella. Arsenal in their home kit of red-bodied jerseys with long white sleeves and white shorts and red socks. Attacking the goal away to our left-hand side. I'll go through the 2-11s for you. No changes to the break. Sanchez, the goalkeeper. Achampong, Chalobah, Fofana and Cucurella has been booked. Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos in the middle of the park with Esteban. João Pedro Neto behind Mark Guiu in attack. A long ball by Sanchez through the middle of the pitch, met by Avila Malaga on the edge of the 18-yard box. Esteban has got it back again, tries to reverse it into a Champon in the inside right position, but it's won by Arsenal, and Gabriel will get it back to Rice. They have Avila Malaga in goal, a back 4 of White, Saliba, Gabriel and Timber, Zubimendi, Odegaard and Rice, and then Saka, Gyökeres and Trossard going forward. You surprised there's no changes at half-time from Chelsea?
I am a little bit, yeah. But maybe he just says like 10 or 15 minutes, let's just see, but I understand that.
Enzo Fernandez wins it from Zubimendi on halfway. Now João Pedro didn't see much of the ball in that first half. Plays it down the left and then chasing forwards, try and reach it was Neto, and then Gabriel took charge of a situation that Avila Malaga was coming for. The two ended up colliding, but by which time Gabriel already spooned it into the stand on the far side.
Yeah, you don't mind that. Defender clearing his lines, not sure whether the keeper's going to get there now. It was good decision making.
Here is Chalobah on the edge of the centre circle, out wide to the right. Esteban will take over now. Play it centrally into Andre Santos. Santos across to Enzo Fernandez, who sweeps the ball into the path of the tall but effective, the tiny but effective Pedro Neto, and then has the ball pitched up his toes by Bukayo Saka. Cucurella runs it out of play before Saka can escape, and then he goes quickly to steal a march on Cucurella, and the ball is thrown into him down the right side. He gets to the edge of the box, shrugs off Cucurella. He's got support from Ben White on the overlap. White with a low cross. Gyökeres can't miss this one. It's spilled by Sanchez. It goes into his path, and Arsenal have a 2-0 lead. Both goals have been gifts. Another slip by Sanchez allowed him to squirm under his body from the cross from Saka. Gyökeres was there to score his first open play goal since the 1st of November, and he's done it in a Carabao Cup semi-final first leg. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 2.
Well, we talked about Sanchez for the corner. I think he's just gifted another one as well. That good first part of the season he's had, he'll be long forgotten by these fans now. I don't know if he slipped. Great overlap from Ben White. I know, I can see Fernandez, he was fuming with the referee. He thought that Saka fouled Cucurella, I think. in the build-up to that goal. Well, as he does the overlap, Ben White, he squares it right across that. Oh, yeah. Sanchez should stop it comfortably.
I mean, Gyökeres couldn't even celebrate properly because he felt guilty about that.
A yard out, yeah. He's got to be there, though, to be fair to him. That's where he's supposed to be.
Well, that's what they've had complaints about, actually, that when the balls have been pitched in the 6-yard area, he hasn't been there. He certainly was there today, and they have a 2-goal lead, Arsenal. And both goals have been handed to them on a plate. Mistakes by the Chelsea goalkeeper. Not the kind of start that you want in front of your new boss. Not the kind of start that your new boss wants either. It was quick thinking from the throw. Saka went really quick, the right-hand side. Cucurella actually switched off. I mean, that's what they're moaning about.
He did switch off. He did switch off, and he didn't need to because he saw that Saka made the run. And we talked about Saka, didn't we? Not doing much in the first half, but top quality players, they produce magic moments.
A Champon at the other end, trying to cross the ball into the box. I've seen a replay of that goal again. And he gets 2 hands on the ball, but it still goes through it. I can't really work out how it happens.
It's just a goalkeeper not on top of his game, not concentrating, a schoolboy error. Maybe it didn't help him being left out recently. His confidence is shot again. Because he did get left out, didn't he? And then brought back in.
He missed one game, I think. I think there was a suggestion that he was injured for that game.
Okay.
And he did play on Saturday in the cup game, but here is Jean Pedro down the left-hand side. The Arsenal fans having a bit of fun with Liam the senior, suggesting he's going to be sacked in the morning. Not even just here that ruthless. Oh dear. And there's a lot of very miffed Chelsea supporters that are just taking their seat after half-time and walking back to realise that their team are now 2 goals behind against Arsenal. Here's the corner to be taken far side. It'll be whipped in for Chelsea from Pedro Neto's right boot. It's right under the goalkeeper who came out, actually did very well to get hold of it. It was a late challenge by Fofana. He has been penalised for it. And, you know, you complain about it all you like, but the fact of the matter is that he was well behind in his attempt to play the ball. And Kepa Arrizabalaga got there first. The change that we anticipated earlier, I think, is now going to take place. Badia Shield is going to come on, but so too is Alejandro Garnacho. And the change is Mark Guiu for Garnacho. So,
you see, but that says to me, why didn't you do that? It's 6 minutes in. Because Sanchez makes a mistake. He's done it going 2-0 down. Why not do it at half time?
Pedro Neto goes, I think he goes to the 10, and João Pedro goes to the 9, and Badia Shield comes on, but a Champon, he goes into the left slot of the centre half. Chalobah goes to right centre back, and Fofana goes to right back for Chelsea.
See, I find that one a little bit strange, if I'm honest.
All change.
I thought Action did well first half. I don't understand that one, to be honest with you. I can't see the benefit of it.
There might be a medical issue.
I'm not being a tad cynical now.
No.
But maybe.
It might be that he's only allowed to play 53 minutes today. Free kick for Arsenal.
It's just strange, 51 minutes in, because the goalkeeper makes a mistake.
I'm being facetious, but it is very strange, and that's why we're making these sort of tongue-in-cheek assessments. Here is Trossard down the left-hand side. Low ball into the box, steered away by Chalobah, but it's picked up by Saka, far side of the area, trying to get it back to Ben White. Ben White down the outside, picking the ball up and fading it in towards Bukayo Saka, who gets it onto his left foot, left by Saliba, comes back to Ødegaard, pushed away by a diving Sanchez at the near post from the Ødegaard shot. It goes out for a throw-in perpendicular to the edge of the 6-yard area.
I mean, if Arsenal were to get a third, you'd say that it's over, and also this stadium might start emptying.
Ødegaard gets a quick throw from Ben White. And then Saka tries to dance his way past Cucurella, who manages to throw himself in front of Saka, but doesn't get the free kick he craved. Instead, he puts it behind. And it goes out for another corner kick for Arsenal. Hearts 1, St Mirren 0. Lawrence Shanklin with the goal. Lawrence Shanklin actually watching the television last night, seeing the VAR review. He was getting a little bit irate about it. He was sending messages
game with 10 men.
Instagram, yeah, they're winning with 10 men. They're a good team, Hearts. Table, they will be 6 points clear if the results stay as they are. Corner, far side, Saka to take it. Oh, Ben White and João Pedro having a little bit of afters at the far post. João Pedro, I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's going to get himself into trouble in a second. Bit of offence. Robert Sanchez just gone down inside the area, tussling with somebody else, Gabriel. All unnecessary in the build-up to a corner. Here comes the corner. We take from our Saka far side. The Arsenal fans, 4,000 of them that made the trip from north to south-west London, rather enjoying their little visits. Corner again to be taken by Saka, left-footed, right under the goalkeeper, who does get a punch this time. Rice heads it back the way it came. João Pedro away, but not that far. Gyökeres brings it down, tries to steer it central, plays it against Andre Santos. It goes out for another corner. It's the Arsenal voices you can hear.
This is exactly what Arsenal would have wanted. An early goal, second half. And then a nervous Chelsea trying to hang on a little bit, get through this difficult period for them. I think we felt this would probably happen when we saw the team sheet, if we're honest. They did have a little go in the first half, but that mistake from Sanchez has killed his teammates.
Here is the corner to be taken by Rice, away to our left, in front of the shed end. Left hand in the air, right foot wrapped around the ball. It's a deep one to the far post, headed back by Gyökeres. Actually headed up into the air, really, and it goes out for a goal kick away to our left. We welcome listeners to Stamford Bridge in West London from Canada and the United States of America, and you're listening tonight on Sirius XM-FC. Thank you very much for lending us your ears. It's good to have you. Chelsea trailing by 2-0 at home in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, the second leg of which is live on TalkSport in 3 weeks' time. Enzo Fernandez bounding forward. Chelsea get a goal back, it's put them in a much more promising position. Neto into the area, right footed, deep towards the far post, down for Garnacho, who lashes it in underneath Malaga, and Chelsea are back in the tie. Good football from Chelsea, brilliant cross from the right, and an exemplary finish from Alejandro Garnacho to make it 2-1. Brilliant for Chelsea. That's the stuff we were talking about. Good finish, but a good move as well. Great reaction from going 2 down and having that little bit of pressure on them for a little while. Got men forward. Tackle was there for Saliba to win just before that, and he was half-hearted a little bit. Well, he sort of spooned it to halfway. Miscontrol by Odegaard. And then Eza went in with Saliba on a 50-50. Enzo Fernandez went on a 50-50 with Saliba, and he won it. It went out to Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. His cross to the far post evaded everybody except Garnacho, who chested it down in one move, lashed it with his right foot beyond David Malaga, and he felt like that was a big moment, and it might be.
It was a big moment. First chance in that second half. Smashes it. It's a good touch from Garnacho, actually. Just sets himself with his right foot, drills it low and hard through the keeper's legs. A bit of luck in need. Game on.
Well, what they don't want to do now is concede immediately afterwards. They're giving away another corner kick over on the far side. 58 gone. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2. Garnacho getting them back in the tie. It's Saka into the near post. Goalkeeper punches. Odegaard wraps his foot round it and volleys it goalwards. It's 4 yards wide. And Chelsea want to restart play quickly. And they get it out to Bafana near touchline. Trossard trying to harass him. That's the first goal of Liam Rossigne's reign at Stamford Bridge. They scored 5 away at the Valley in the weekend, but the first goal at Stamford Bridge from Alejandro Garnacho. Big investment in the summer from Manchester United. Some thought it was a bit of a gamble. He hasn't been a universal success, and he's not been particularly popular with some of the Chelsea supporters. But he's got the goal that has dragged them back into contention in this tie. And it's Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2.
Great tackle.
Very good tackle this time by Gabriel, but Esteban is going to escape down this right-hand side. Garnacho is waiting in the centre. The ball isn't precise enough. He needed to just shift that a little bit swifter and faster and maybe in front of Garnacho. It was coming in from the left touchline. It was well defended by Saliba. There's still Chelsea come. João Pedro now has it. Inside the Arsenal half, dead centre. About 15 yards back from the edge of the D. On to Enzo Fernandez, who sweeps it wide. The blonde hair of Ganacho with gloves on his hands and the ball at his feet. Goes on the outside of Ben White. Tries to steer across centrally. It hits Saliba and then he volleys it out for a throw over the far side. But the momentum has just shifted slightly and the Chelsea fans are on their feet.
Well, the fans are really excited because they probably weren't expecting it. It was a great reaction. And again, we talked first half about Arsenal's vulnerability down this left-hand side, and that's where the goal comes from. Again, they were overloaded.
It's another good ball, this time by Neto. Out to Garnacho, far touchline. Gets into the penalty area, down by the byline. Onto his right foot. Tees it up for Cucurella. Lifts it into the box. Away by Gabriel. And further cleared by Martin Odegaard on the edge of his own penalty area. 2-1 to Arsenal away at Stamford Bridge on the hour mark at TalkSport. Remember, afterwards you'll have your say with Jamie O'Hara and Carlton Cole. 037173344. Here's Esteban, galloping down the right side, onto his left foot, edge of the area, trying to bend into the far corner, steered away by Gabriel, and out for a corner of Chelsea.
Brilliant from Esteban again. The confidence he's got for such a young player. He's got great feet. Gets him chopped, gets a yard, gets it inside, and decides, right, I'm going to whip this in the far corner. It was a really important effort from Gabriel.
Really important. Positioned himself brilliantly, and it's out for a throwing corner kick, far side, Enzo Fernandez to take it. And his in-swingers have caused a few problems this season. Bit of wrestling going on inside the penalty area as it goes towards that near post. It's away by Gabriel. Got up in front of the goalkeeper, back to Enzo Fernandez, who sent it towards Badiashile on the near post. It wasn't a great delivery second time around. Arsenal managed to get it clear through Declan Rice. Garnacho trying to feed it to Esteban. There's a handball there on the edge of the area. It goes against Garnacho. And Arsenal have a free kick. And maybe Mikel Arteta will think about making some changes. He's got his substitutes warming up away to our left. There's a Madueke, Martinelli, Havertz, Jesus, all primed for action away to our left-hand side. What bench to be able to call upon.
Yeah, that's why you should. Freshen it up. Especially some pace down this left-hand side, I think would help. Trossard's on a yellow anyway.
Gabriel takes it off Saliba, moves up to halfway, and the inverted left position is Timber. Now finding Gyökeres, who's running into the box. He needs a bit of help from Trossard, who gets it. He's got three around him. Timber into the area, is snapped all the way by Chalobah. Garnacho wins a header, wants a foul, gets a foul from Simon Cooper after a bit of pushing from Ben White. It's a free kick to Chelsea in the left side of their defensive third.
Silly foul from Ben White out there. The Chelsea penned in for a little while, and he doesn't have to win the header because Garnacho's struggling to get hold of the ball anyway.
Well, this weekend, one of the biggest games of the season, the Manchester derby, live on TalkSport. United take on City at Old Trafford. Michael Carrick in the dugout for Manchester United for the first time since his reappointment as the interim manager. He did have a spell a little while ago as well. Join us this Saturday from 11 o'clock, the Manchester derby, live and exclusive on TalkSport, our 250th live commentary of the season. Here is João Pedro trying to hold the ball up, pokes it through to Andre Santos, kicks the ball into Fofana. Fofana now up to halfway, on to Pedro Neto. Esteban wanted that a little bit earlier. He'll now try and run infield with the ball. Pedro Neto has been playing in the 10 since he was substituted. Looks for the return from João Pedro, but wasn't a great ball back to him by the Brazilian. And eventually it just rebounds up towards the halfway line. It remains 2-1 to Arsenal.
It's really good for Chelsea. So many young players who are finding the courage to get on the ball and play. Okay, giving it away there.
Rice gobbles it up, moves forward through the centre circle. It was Andre Santos who tried to feed the ball into Neto, but he was imprecise, and by doing so, just gifted the possession back to Arsenal, who played around the Chelsea press really well, but then Fofana nips in, wins it, Saliba heads into his left. There's a bit more intensity about Chelsea in the second half. Actually, since conceding that second goal, really, and the changes that have come on, I just think that if they played with that intensity in the first half, maybe things might have been a little bit different.
The change definitely helped at 2-0. It was the right thing. He did it quickly. We said he should have done it half time, but it's definitely helped them.
Rice into Timber, and then on to Trossard. who's about 10-15 metres down the left-hand touchline. He comes in from the left. Gabriel Martinelli is about to come on, got a hat-trick at the weekend. Odegaard, back to Saliba. And just evades Enzo Fernandez. Feeds who's caught by Thaddeus Shield. And that's going to be a yellow card on the edge of the penalty area. Waneri is coming on as well. Seems like an interesting. I think that's Marino's coming on.
Yeah, I think it is. He's a terrific player.
It's okay, I won't throw you under the bus for that one. It's okay.
Was that?
I just got a note to tell me who was coming on, and I looked down and saw somebody completely different. I mean, Waneri's a big boy now, but not that big. Marino coming on. Yes.
I think he'd probably bring him on for Yoker as less one in the midfield, boys minutes, or has got a little niggle or something. Saying that, you got Jesus on the bench. Sharp and Havertz, you know.
It's an interesting selection.
It is, and also Saka, although he did go for the goal, he's not looked at the sharpest. Madueke, pace, direct. He'll be wanting another goal, Arteta.
Well, he won't want it to be tight going back to the Emirates Stadium. I mean, I think we all probably would because we want the second leg to be competitive, but let's see what happens from this set piece because they can conjure a chance from 6 yards outside the box. Arsenal with a chance to make a opportunity with 24 minutes to go. They're still waiting to bring on Martinelli and Marino. They're not going to do it before the free kick, I don't think.
No, they never do, coach. So we can't do it while we've got a set play. It's like, what?
Not because they've organised a set play before, and the set piece coach never has the chance to change them during the gap. Oh, there it is. Here's the free kick. Rice can take it over the bar. Never looks as if he was shaped to shoot from that sort of area of the pitch. It was inside right channel. He'd have to get it up and over the wall and at the near post. Very difficult to do. So here's the change. And it's going to be Marino on for Odegaard and Trossard off for Martinelli.
See, that's an interesting one because Emery chairs are sitting on the bench there thinking, I'm a number 10.
Well, we did have this conversation a week ago when we were at the Emirates Stadium for the Liverpool match, didn't we? And he hadn't played in 4 matches.
No, I think
4 times. And he played on Sunday from the start, and he didn't have a major impact on the game.
Yeah, I think that lack of defensive responsibility in the Villa game where he got done a couple of times by Cash and ended up the goal being part of that as well. I think that's made Arteta a little bit more wary, especially in games like this where he needs the defensive work to be done.
Yeah, it's something he'll get used to, the work without the ball that is so hotly demanded by Mikel Arteta. Everybody who plays in the team has to be perfect because it is a very, very good football team. And the minute you slip the standards, somebody else will come and take your place. And they've got the resources now to do that. Header by Fofana lands awkwardly. And the accusation is that Gyökeres was at fault there, but Fofana just jumped over the top of him. Free kicks Chelsea on the halfway line. 68 minutes on the clock. This is TalkSport. Danny Murphy and Sam Mazaves high up in the East Stand on a chilly night in West London. Football. We'll speak to both managers, by the way, after the game. You'll probably hear those in the sports bar tonight with Jamie and Carlton Cole.
Neto's done well since he's gone in at the 10, you know. It's interesting that he pushed out Pedro's a 9 and Neto's a 10. Clever that from Liam Rosignor. He's obviously seen something. We've seen João Pedro play that role before, of course, not that new to him, but it's worked well because Neto's finding some great little spaces.
Supermendi picks the ball up after a collision involving Saka, sees the ball spill into the Arsenal midfield. Supermendi forces the ball quickly out to Ben White, the right touchline, halfway line. Arsenal in possession, leading by 2 goals to 1 in the first leg of the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Back it goes to Avila Balaga. And then on to Declan Rice, who just drops in, being followed by Andre Santos now, wherever he goes. Ball played up towards Supermendi, and Enzo Fernandez wins that. Goes out of play away for a throw over on the far side. If it stays like this, Chelsea will feel they've got at least a shot in the second leg. If Arsenal were to score another one, I think they might feel as if it's beyond them. But if Chelsea were to score the next goal in the game, well, then it's all to play for.
Yeah, I mean, even at this scoreline now, considering the team Chelsea have got out and going 2-0 down, this would feel like a really good evening for them.
Yeah. Not necessarily like a moral victory, but certainly a more positive evening than it was feeling like after 53 minutes.
Well, it would show resilience and character for a group of players who we haven't seen this 11 play together before, and they're missing 3 or 4 of their best players comfortably. But Arsenal have gone full strength and not really used that extra quality.
I mean, South Pedro, he's run offside very naively, and Esteban did brilliantly to get up so high to nod the ball into the channel. If he'd just held his run, he had so much green grass to run into. Frustration from the Chelsea crowd, actually frustration from Esteban. Here is Saka, far side. Hearts go 2-0 up against St Mirren. On to Zubamendi, sliding the ball to Gyökeres. Gyökeres trying to hold it up, feeds it back to Zubamendi, takes 2 touches, slides it into the net, and it's 3-1 Arsenal. It's a brilliant goal. Gyökeres involved, Zubamendi has finished it. Arsenal in command at Stamford Bridge again. They haven't lost here in 6 visits, and it's fast becoming their favourite London landmark to visit. It's an excellent goal for Arsenal. They lead by 3 goals to 1. Their 2-goal lead, their 2-goal cushion is re-established. And Chelsea, having fought back into the game, have surrendered to get another goal to the Gunners.
It's a good goal. We talked about Zubamendi, we talk about him as a holding midfielder, but again he's popped up in a great area, and his composure, once Gyökeres lays it back to him, to just have that lovely little touch and get it onto his left foot. Oh, it's a beautiful feat. It's beautiful feat once he gets in there. It's a good move. Cucurella can't really try and stop Saka down that right because he's on the yellow. Gyökeres, nice little touch into Zubamendi, but he's still got a lot to do. Great feat. It's great feat. They can't dive in it because they don't want to give a penalty away. What a brilliant finish that is.
It's a great finish from Zubamendi.
Yeah.
Great play from Arsenal all round, actually. Caught Chelsea a little bit cold there. And the Chelsea players walk back to the halfway line, dejected, chins on chest, knowing that maybe after that little show of promise, their hopes of emerging from this 2-legged semi-final might just have been extinguished. I'm just looking at a replay of it. Well, Isli Fofana sort of goes to sort of shut him down, and he just shuffles away from him. But he just overcommit there.
Well, you're always going to overcommit when someone's that close to your goal because you think they're going to shoot.
There is Neto running down the left. Deep ball towards the far post. Cucurella hooks it back into the centre of the penalty area. Headed away by Declan Rice. Further clear by Bukayo Saka. Thaddeus Shield gets up and meets Marino. Wins the ball on the halfway line. 73 minutes gone. It's 3-1 to Arsenal now. And then it goes out to the right side and it's picked up by Neto. Into the path of Esteban. Esteban trying to skip infield. Timber gets across. And then Esteban wins it. Turns it over. Runs down the right. Shrugs off Timber. Esteban into the penalty area. Tries a right foot shot. It's blocked by Gabriel. Breaks to the right side. Neto's got it back. Into Esteban. Back to Neto again. Across to Enzo Fernandez. Right edge of the area. Slides it down the right into the path of Esteban. Neto takes it on. Chelsea slow the pace and just move back into the mid area of the Arsenal half.
Esteban. Tenacious, squibbling out the ball, brilliant with it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mind a little battle. It's been great watching him and Timber go at it at times.
He's a proper player, and he's still just 18 years of age. Here is Neto. Into Esteban again. Little give and go. Then back to Esteban inside the area. Another left-footed shot, which is again brilliantly blocked by Timber. There's a collision on the edge of the box. And then Enzo Fernandez kicks the ball away. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal on the edge of the penalty area. Is it Pedro Neto who's rising and playing? Jarell Harto is about to come on.
Declan Rice is feeling something a little bit there. It's Esteban again though, wasn't it? Found himself in a great position, and he's got, you don't have to ask him twice, out of his feet, tried to shoot. Great block, I think it was Rice, but every time he gets the ball, you feel like something can happen.
He's just got a magical wonder about him, hasn't he? If you watch his clips from when he was in the South American League, the Brazilian League last year, he was terrific for them. He scored against Chelsea in the Club World Cup, a terrific goal. He was always had already signed for Chelsea at that point. He was only back on loan at Palmeiras. Wesley Fofana has come off. Jarell Hutto has come on. He's gone to left centre-back, so it's another change of positions. Badiashiel's gone to right centre-back, and Chalobah to right-back. Reason?
Not sure. Maybe a little knock, maybe an injury. But you're going to bring Fofana off at some point. But anyway, we can't really argue with too much of what's happened. At 2-0, we thought he should have made change on time. He did it at 2-0, to be fair to him. His keeper let him down tonight. The reaction of these young Chelsea players has been good. It's been positive. We can take a lot of pluses from it. Arsenal lifted the gears to get that brilliant third goal, and you think...
Zubimendi into Yokere's edge of the area. Trying found his way through. Comes back to Saka. Will come back to Mikel Merino. Oh! Saved by Sanchez. Just about. It looked for all the world as if that was going to drop out of the sky, fall on the boot of Merino, and then burst the net. But Sanchez came flying out, and maybe just did a little bit to atone to one of his errors tonight by coming out and stopping a certain fourth goal.
It's a brilliant save, and it does atone for one of the errors at least. That's an unbelievable save from Moreno, who found himself the beneficiary of a lucky deflection, really. Arsenal causing problems with Gyökeres. Could have been game over there.
Lots of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area. Hutto and Ben White as the corner comes in towards the far post. The header is down from Gabriel into the ground and over the top of the crossbar.
Well, he should score. Why he's free, I do not know, because he's the best header of the ball from set plays in the Premier League. He comes in, free as a bird, heads it down, bounces over, let off for Chelsea. Huge let off.
Arsenal haven't won this trophy since they dropped the goal scorer Steve Morrow in the celebrations of Wembley in 1993. It's actually quite odd, that Arsenal haven't lifted this trophy for 33 years. They only lifted it twice in their history, would you believe? But they've got a great chance of going to the final now. And
well, Arsene Wenger did for a long time use it to play the kids, didn't they?
He did. But they've also had a little bit of an issue with semi-finals. Semi-finals have been their kryptonite in recent years. And they're coming through this first leg. Into Merino, edge of the area. Martinelli strikes, blocked by Hutto. Collected by Garnacho. And then João Pedro hasn't looked at his wing mirrors. I mean, he's rolling around after being contacted by Merino. But he didn't realise that the challenge was coming. Took too long on the ball. It's a free kick to Chelsea, but Mikel Merino has picked up a yellow card for his troubles.
Yep, bit of experience there from Moreno. Counter, stopped.
Yes. 78 minutes on the clock. Mikel Merino scored here in November. Got the winner, actually, versus Chelsea at the Emirates last March. He should have had a goal in this game as well.
He's a terrific player. So intelligent. Play anyway.
Well, we've seen him play 6, 8, 10, and here we go. And here he is on the ball again, shooting from range, blocked by the outcoming Andre Santos, and it rebounds out towards the right fullback position where Esteban will retrieve it for Chelsea. More changes incoming. Arsenal leading by 3-1, going into the final 12 minutes of the game. Sanchez sends it long up towards Garnacho. Ben White takes it down, but Garnacho will win the second ball. Cucurella, João Pedro, falling over as he picks it up. Wants a free kick. Somehow managed to get it. And it does look as if Chelsea are going to bring on another youngster in Shin Muoka in just a few moments. Tosin Alvarado may well be coming on as well.
I think Arsenal are making a couple as well, which makes sense. To be fair to Gyökeres, he's worked tremendously hard. He's got himself a goal by hook or by crook, doesn't matter. And then he had the confidence and awareness for the next one, just to take his time and set it up for Zubimendi, but still the goal reason for me, that's terrific.
3-1. Liam Massini with his arm around the back of Tosin Alvarado, just giving him a few final instructions. Justin Walker down there as well, who is brought in from Strasbourg alongside him. Assistant manager Philippe Cisse, also part of the coaching staff, came across from the French club. Saliba back to Arena Malaga. Mikel Arteta's only major trophy was the 2020 FA Cup when they beat Chelsea in the final at an empty Wembley. Only Bukayo Saka, who was on the bench that day, was involved tonight from either of those two teams, so it's been a churn of both squads. In fact, Kai Havertz was in the Chelsea team or in the Chelsea squad that year, but he is about to come on for Arsenal now. Alongside Gabriel Jesus. Here is Zubamendi. Gyökeres on the score sheet. A London derby victory and a 2-goal cushion in a Carabao Cup semi-final. Carabao don't do semi-finals. Oh, they do actually. But if they did, it probably look like this for Arsenal. Here's the change. And on comes Shiv Mayuka for João Pedro. 18 years of age, last appearance for Chelsea was in the League Cup against Lincoln. Got 20 minutes that night. Played in the Conference League last season in the knockout stages. Called up at the last minute today because of the illness of Liam Delap. And Tosin is on for Cucurella. So another change in the back line. That's going to mean that Harto goes out to left back and Tosin goes into the centre.
So they started with a back four, and 3 of them have gone off. Quite unusual.
It is.
Unless you're Man United, but that is a strange one, if I'm honest.
Rice off, and Havertz on, and Gyökeres off, and Jesus on. The other changes for Arsenal. As we go into the final 8 minutes of the game, with it being firmly tilted in Arsenal's favour. Gabriel trying to get away from Santos. Guides it back into the path of Chalobah, and now Chelsea come forward. Again, we're in the same sort of situation as we were though earlier on. If Chelsea were to get a goal late on in this game, again, it just gives them a tiny bit of encouragement going into that match at the Emirates Stadium.
Absolutely. If they were to concede one, then they might as well not go to the second leg. You know what I'm saying? 4-1, 3-goal advantage would be, you know.
Yes. Difficult to overturn. Someone's got to work on that game, you know. Here's Chalobah down the right-hand side. Esteval trying to get beyond Timber. Down the right side. Tries to escape away from the Dutchman. He does brilliantly to carry the ball so far up the pitch. He's now in the right wing position, down by the byline. Can he get across him? He can't because Timber stuck to his task brilliantly. But it was a proper duel between two players at the very top of the game.
It's great to see him play like this and just express himself with such fearlessness, such skill and belief in his own ability. I tell you what, Timber's going to sleep tonight, I tell you that much.
Here is the corner from Neto into the centre. It's punched by Malaga, and then Neto foraging into the ground and beyond the crowd of players to give Chelsea hope. Maybe their dream of getting to Wembley isn't extinguished just yet. Garnacho with 2 goals for Chelsea that might keep this tie alive. The corner came in, Arida Malaga came to punch, he didn't get great contact on it. It came out towards Garnacho, just hung out on the left-hand side of the box. He volleyed it into the ground, it went into the net. Arsenal complaining, but Chelsea think they've pulled one back.
Well, it's been an evening for poor goalkeeping. Checking the goal for a possible foul, VAR.
Well, the corner came in from Neto on his left-hand side. The VAR is Jared Gillett, by the way. It went very close to Arida Malaga. I'm not sure there was a foul on him. He did end up on the floor, but he came and collided with a group of players. Garnacho put it into the net.
It's hard to tell from that angle. They jumped in and around him, so, but it doesn't look like anything.
Well, the referee, Simon Hooper, gives the goal. And Chelsea are back in it. Just about clinging on by their fingernails to a place in the Carabao Cup. Keeping Arsenal Arsenal within touching distance, just about. There's
Definitely.
been times in this game, Danny, when it's felt like Arsenal could power away
Yeah.
from Chelsea,
Yeah.
but they've just kept pulling them back in, reeling them back in.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because we talked about Sanchez and making the mistakes, but Arteta's played his strongest possible team tonight, bar the goalkeeper. And you know how good David Raya is on set plays, and he's just been bullied there, Kepa.
Well, of course, it's the 85th minute, and there's every chance that Chelsea might get an equaliser. Esteban moving down the right, fed by Enzo Fernandez. It's with Esteban! Oh, into the near corner, steered away by Arena Malaga. The offside flag was up anyway. What an effort! He can crack them.
Yeah, and then it's also not just his ability, but it's his fitness levels for such a young lad to continually just keep running at one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League and cause, all right, he's playing on the wrong side, but he has caused him so many problems. I haven't seen a winger called Timber do this many problems in him, if ever.
Well, he's fast and he's fearless, and he's full of confidence and skill. He has a brilliant command of the football. He carries it so beautifully and at such rapid pace. And he's been a real threat tonight. Arsenal looking to threaten once more. Out to the right it goes. Collected by Ben White. Flicked into the box. Away by Enzo Fernandez. Out as far as Zubimendi. Arsenal want to go with a 2-goal lead back to the Emirates. Timber down the left. Scoops it to the far post. It's over the mark. Big 3.5 minutes this.
Huge, yeah. Well, both teams in many ways, but I think there's been a lot here, second half especially, from going 2-0 down for Liam Rosenior to like. Of course, a lot of these players won't be regulars when all the big boys are back, but they've never given up. They've kept getting forward, trying to make things happen, largely thanks to Esteban, of course. He's been terrific.
All down the right for Arsenal coming forward. Zubimendi with a cross into the box. Steered away by Chalobah. Picked up by Esteban. With the outside of his boot, he feeds Pedro Neto. Gabriel backs off. Neto runs towards him. Down the right side. He gets up to the edge of the penalty area. Goes on the outside. Produces a cross. He takes a deflection. Goes out. It's another corner. Garnacho waves his hand in the air to the Matthew Harding end. They think there might still be something in this for Chelsea.
They could be.
They might. They seem to raise it in these big games. Sometimes they'll pinch something from the jaws of defeat. Here's the ball in towards the near post again. It's come all the way through to Tosin. He's headed it over the bar, but the foul had already been called by Simon Hooper. But those corners, Enzo Fernandez from left and right, can really cause an issue. And that one from Neto from the near touchline. Really unsettling Arena Malaga. Well. Chelsea keep getting put out of this time, then getting back in it again.
It's been a very strange game in some ways, you know. The
Proper cup time.
Yeah, proper cup tie, but the ebbs and flows, you think Chelsea are out for the count, and then all of a sudden they find something, they find some energy and resilience and get back up the other end and get themselves a goal, and then Arsenal go up a gear and they start dominating and get some chances. It's the wonder save from Sanchez is looking more important now as well.
Absolutely. Imagine if he hadn't gifted them too. 90 seconds to go before the end of the first leg at Stamford Bridge on an intoxicating night at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3. Ball long upfield towards Gabriel Martinelli from Copa Arena Malaga. Martinelli manages to control it, feeds Timber the ball, and then on to Jesus. Now just deep on the edge of the circle, Kai Havertz, who's getting booed, did score the winning goal for Chelsea in the Champions League final. And then Saliba, up to Havertz. Havertz picks it up again, gallops away from Garnacho, and there's lots of space for him to run into. Havertz feeds it out to Saka, far side the right. He looks to take on Jarell Harto. Back to Marino. Marino round the corner to Ben White. White into Marino again. And then it's on to Saka. Saka trying to turn, was fouled by Santos on the edge of the area. He went down. Chelsea think cheaply. Arsenal think they deserve the foul and they're going to get it.
Yeah, I think for Arsenal now, irrelevant of what's gone on in the game and the opportunity they had, they've squandered a 2-goal lead twice. But to leave here with any sort of win in the first leg of the semi-final, going home with a 1-0 advantage, is still a big plus for them with their home record and with their ability to frustrate teams at home.
Well, no one's beaten Arsenal at home all season, so the odds are very much tilted in Arsenal's favour, but Chelsea have given themselves a shot in the dark.
Absolutely.
5 minutes of added time at the end of the 90. Chelsea's wait to beat Arsenal at home is going to go and stretch into a 9th year. Arsenal's unbeaten run is about to stretch to 10 games. Zubimendi over the free kick. No Rice or Erdegaard now, so he gets the opportunity to take it.
He's going to cross it, I think.
He sends it wide instead, short to Saka, who takes on Garnacho, cuts in, left-footed, feeds it back to Ben White, who lifts the ball into the box and into the hands of Robert Sanchez with a really poor delivery. And Esteban has then been sent down into the right fullback area to try and challenge Caparida Malaga by Robert Sanchez, who maybe just overshot, but Chalobah has won it on halfway, and Mueka has picked the ball up, held it up well, and now Esteban is running down the inside right channel. Gabriel comes across, he runs into him, and Esteban is told to get up by referee Simon Hooper. Maybe there's a late twist in this tale yet. Saka.
Oh, he's missed it.
Moving down the right. Havertz had made an intelligent run, he didn't pick it out. Now he's offside as he does so, and he tries to stretch and nudge it goalwards, but Sanchez is going to get there first. Into the second of 5 minutes added at the end of the...
What is Sanchez thinking? Oh my God, he's playing out from the back with 3 minutes to go. There's a 3v3 up the top to get back in the game.
I mean, the decision-making of when and where to do this has been questionable all night, and this is another example. Chelsea need to get back level if they can before they go to the Emirates. Pedro Neto dropping deep to pick the ball up. He spins and turns and runs through the centre circle, and he gallops away from Zubimendi. He drags Chelsea up the pitch, left edge of the area, trying to feed it to Garnacho. It's just about stopped. Picked up by Marino, who gives it to Saliba. Chelsea trying to win it high inside the Arsenal half of the field. White is going to smash this up into the Chelsea half. And Badiashile is going to scurry across to try and win it. 3-2 to Arsenal in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. The second leg's both here on TalkSport. Newcastle trailing 2-0 from the first leg against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. And Chelsea against Arsenal will go before that on the Tuesday night. Two big encounters live on TalkSport. You'd expect Arsenal and Man City to meet in the final, but you just never know. That's cup football for you. Here's Chalobah.
And with the Chelsea boys getting back, the big boys, hopefully by then for them, of course, will help them hugely.
Yeah, well, anything can happen in 3 weeks, can't it?
Of course.
Saka, down the far side, trying to cut in. He's being marshalled by Harto. Back to Marino, who's dropped deep almost into the back four. Gives it to Saliba, and then back to Arida Malaga, who finds Gabriel, who played now 3 of the 5 added minutes, and Martinelli just run off the back of Esteban and has moved down the right-hand side. Jesus is offside as he goes into the penalty area. He's ball down inside the box. Penalty is given, but the offside flag is up.
He didn't need to be. I was right across the line. I mean, it was played too late by Martinelli, but Jesus, he could have held his run. Too keen.
Well, Chelsea get a little bit of a let-off, because it was a clumsy challenge that on Gabriel Jesus, and they will just check the possibility of an offside here.
I promise you.
Simon Hooper going through the protocol, actually, what he did was he gave the penalty because he knew that then the offside could be checked. Confirmation confirmation on the big screens here that the decision of no penalty because of offside is the correct one. And Chelsea, with 90 seconds to go, playing out from the back again. The crowd are getting frustrated. They've wanted the ball played forward, and they've played forward quickly. It's gone back to Sanchez again. He clips it upfield. He finds Hato far side.
Why would he clip it to the left back, not to the front three?
Shield looking for Mueka. The teenager tries to get the better of Saliba, does very well, and Garnacho escapes with the ball. He moves down the right side, cuts in and feeds it out towards Esteban. Esteban takes it on, right edge of the penalty area, left-footed ball into the box, a header steered towards goal, and it's caught by the goalkeeper, and then Zuccarelli and Fernandez end up in a bit of a contretemps as Tosin has to scurry back to try and get on the end of a long ball which was aimed towards Martinelli. There's a late challenge on halfway from Timber. Timber's going to get booked here.
5 minutes are up, aren't they?
And we're going to have one last free kick. One last possible moment for Chelsea.
Get Sanchez up there.
Equaliser.
Get him up there.
That would be a Tony for an error, wouldn't it, if he was to score the equaliser after handing two on a plate for Arsenal. Sanchez is going to take the free kick. He's not going up to the back, but his ability to drop the ball into the edge of the penalty area is going to be important here. They've got to make sure that they get it into the box and get it into the box quickly because time is running out for Chelsea. 3-2 Arsenal lead. In stoppage time at the end of the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. It's Sanchez from the halfway line towards the edge of the box. Up goes Marino to head it clear, and that will be the last act of the first leg of the semi-final, and it is victory for Arsenal. Liam Rossigna influenced his team in the second half by making changes which dragged them back into the game. At one point, it looked like this tide was going away from them and going away from them quickly. The introduction of Alejandro Garnacho certainly altered proceedings, and Arsenal, although they threatened to get away at 2-0 and 3-1, were reeled back in by Chelsea, and their margin of victory is just one now. It gives Chelsea a shot in the dark going to the Emirates Stadium in 3 weeks' time, but Arsenal still very much favourites to go to Wembley. Full time at the end of the first leg, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3.
Well, that was an eventful first leg here at the Bridge, and it's just a 1-goal lead that Arsenal then has going into that second leg on February the 3rd. Let's look back on it then. What an exciting second half that turned out to be, Danny Murphy.
What's going on here? Is there a little bit of a...
Someone's happened again.
So all the players remain on the pitch with coaches on as well. It looks as though something's to Enzo Fernandez and Zubimendi. Some coming together. But it's,
well, it looks like it's settled down now.
Yeah.
In terms of the game now, it was a strange one because, you know, when they went 2-0, I feared for Chelsea. They made the changes, it worked. Garnacho obviously coming on that left-hand side. He got a couple of goals. I thought Neto going in as a 10 caused problems, and Esteban we eulogized about it enough. He was outstanding, but Arsenal then went up the gears, trying to show their quality and exert some dominance in the game. Got the goal, and you think, oh, it's the microphone nearly gone. Got the goal. And then again you think Chelsea do well to hang on here and not concede again. But somehow they kept finding this energy and this tenacity about the, you know, young players. Sometimes they don't know the big things, they just keep going and keep trying. And probably, overall, deserve to still be in this time. They showed enough with a depleted team against a very strong Arsenal team. One thing you can say is, this wasn't an evening for good goalkeeping, was it? I know it was one good save, but the rest of it was pretty poor.
well, I was going to say, especially for that second goal for Arsenal, where it looked as though Robert Sanchez had the ball covered, and then somehow it goes underneath him for the simplest then of tap-ins for Gyökeres.
Yeah, there's no excuse for it. You can't really justify that poor mistake. I suppose he'll be grateful at least they're still in the game, but it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be kept in now for the forthcoming games, because that's a real worry if your goalkeeper's making errors so simple, both simple ones. And I think actually, this may sound really strange, but Arteta will be happy they've got the win. There'll be parts of that performance to be disappointed with. Whereas Liam Rossagna, the majority of that, he's going to be pleased with. He knows the keeper's made giving them 2 goals. And those young lads who he probably didn't expect to have to put together have shown a lot of positive things.
Yeah. I mean, you're right to mention, obviously, the impact that the substitutes made, in particular Garnacho for Chelsea. Is there anything to be said, though, that being 2-0 down and then making your substitutions looks a bit reactionary rather than being proactive, and that maybe, you said it, maybe you should have done it at half-time?
Yeah, well, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you do react because he wouldn't have expected them to concede so early.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wanted to. I mean, I don't know Gear, how he's done or what relationship he's got with him or what he's done in training. Maybe he wanted to give him another 10 or 15 minutes just not to kill him and bring him off at half time, which is, again, you can argue that's good man management. I thought the change needed. He was really struggling, and 2 he must have done something to it. And it worked. The little tweak he made with Neto, he talked about, push out Pedro, swap them around, put Pedro up top. So you can look at it from both ways. Yeah, I don't think the Chelsea fans will be overthinking that he didn't make changes at half time. I think they'll be looking at and going, look, the team we had out, he made some changes, the sub scored 2, Neto's positional change. I think they'll see the positives.
And as you said, with 3 or so weeks to go until that second leg, anything can happen to both teams in terms of personnel.
Yeah.
But what you think from a positive for Chelsea is Cole Palmer hopefully will return. Caicedo will be available. There'll be Reece James in there, Malo Gusto, for example. Big name players, hopefully, for Liam Rossagna will be back to make a fight of it at the end.
Chelsea full strength can beat anyone on the day. Make no bones about that. And any home record that the Western teams will beat there to be broken. They have got some brilliant footballers who can win matches. We saw one tonight, the young man Esteban. So, yeah, they're still in this because of their resilience, because of what they did tonight. They're still in it. Yes, Arsenal are favourites, of course they are. But they can have a bad night. It can be a sending off after 10 minutes, changing the game. Anything can happen when you're only one goal down. So I think he'll be quite buoyant after that.
And it's the spirit as well that he can be really positive about, because going 3-1 down to Arsenal, many might think your heads are going to drop, but they didn't drop. They still went. Going.
You're right, but the spirit and the good mentality mixed with quality. Good spirit only gets you so far. The quality to play through the lines and get themselves in so many good positions. I think there's some young players there who will benefit from that tonight so much in terms of a football education and playing for a massive audience worldwide. And here tonight, big crowd. They haven't played in a game of that importance before. They've turned up and show that they're ready and they want a chance, and that's all you can ask for them.
Let's check in with the second Africa Cup of Nations semi-final. Are we any closer to finding out who will play Senegal? Ian Abrahams.
No, Morocco 0, Nigeria 0. That was after 90 minutes. We played 4 minutes of the extra time period, the first extra time period, from which a corner was headed by Naif Aguirre onto a post, but it was from almost an impossible angle to score. So he actually did well to have his head and hit the post. Second half was really poor after the first, which had encouraging signs, but neither side really wanted to lose this game rather than one actually going on to win it. Morocco have been the better of the 2 teams, but at the moment we're into the first extra time period. We played 5 minutes. It's Nigeria 0. Nigeria 0, Morocco 0.
Ian, thank you very much. Well, that is it for us here at Stamford Bridge. My thanks to Danny Murphy, to Sam Matterface as well. It has been a lively second League Cup semi-final. Arsenal, though, coming away with the victory. 3-2, they lead going to that second leg at the Emirates next month. On the way next, get your calls in to the boys on the sports bar. It's Jamie O'Hara and Colton Cole who are waiting to speak to you. You know the number, and they'll be delighted to hear from you. The sports bar's next after Arsenal's victory over Chelsea at the Bridge.
Kick off on TalkSport with Ladbrokes. 18+ gambleaware.org.
The UK's biggest used car sale is on right now at Arnold Clark, with over 20,000 used cars, all reduced. From Kia to Vauxhall, MG to Mazda, and everything in between, whatever car you're looking for, you'll find once a year, and it's on right now. Visit arnoldclub.com to see why it's the biggest used car sale in the UK.
At AJ Bell, we believe investing is for everyone, even people who know nothing about investing. Like Keith, who thought dividends were a boy band. Jessica, who thought compound interest was a prison dating app. And Sue thought FTSE 100 was a bit of under-the-table fun, which surprised her accountant.
No.
If we can make investing feel good for them, it's no wonder Which have recommended us 7 years running. AJ Bell, feel good investing. The value of your investments can go up or down.
Sport. It's in your DNA. That's why at Spread Sports you get great offers and features to aid your sports betting, including £30 in free bets when you join and place a qualifying £10 fixed odds bet at minimum odds of 1 to 2. Visit spreadx.com/DNA for full terms and conditions. Spreadx Sports. It's in our DNA. 18 plus Gamaware.org. Qualifying bets cannot be cashed out early. Once settled, get free £10 fixed odds bets on consecutive days. Free bet stakes not included in any winnings. Free bets must be claimed within 28 days.
Aldi can't save you from that 6 a.m. boot camp. But they can save you a healthy amount on this Greek yogurt. High Total Greek yogurt is £3.75 at Tesco, but Aldi's is just £1.99. Aldi, always finding ways to save.
Yorkshire tea, where everything's done proper. Yorkshire tea, brew strength made at your own discretion. Boiled water not included. All mugs. Milk in second. Always. For exceptions visit, no chance. Not ever. Ever. Best stir clockwise, except on Tuesdays. Can accept no responsibility for squeezed tea bags left on countertop. Refer to box for details. Best stirred with a spoon, not your finger. Maybe enjoyed outside Yorkshire. Sheep on front of box not included. Norris Small Cottage. Norris Sky. We don't know what the quickest score was. The best results, drink. May contain hot liquid. Whew. Blimey.
Whatever kind of football fan you are, Talk Sport and the Coral Daily Download are here for it to celebrate the fans every day. Whether you're a front-line seater or a torn sandwich eater, a half-an-hour scarf wearer or a lifelong faithful torch bearer, a retro shirt for every game or purchase, even in the rain. For all the latest news, reaction and odds this season, don't miss the Coral Daily Download. Every morning from 6 on Talk Sport with Coral. We're here for the fans. 18 plus Gamaware.org.
The UK's #1 football experience.
Kick off live on Talk Sport. Talk Sport.
With your sports headlines, I'm Charlie Pritchard. Good evening. Arsenal have beaten Chelsea and will carry a 1-goal advantage into the second leg. Betty thinks the pressure's on Arsenal to lift the League Cup.
Arsenal now, in terms of the investment, the building to this point, to get the squad, it just feels like right now we're at a period where everything is set. There's 2 players in every position. We've got the centre forward. There's everything we've got. It's about now, which is why I think if Arsenal don't win it, it's like, oh my goodness, again.
Another one. In Scotland, we saw another statement victory from the league leaders, who were down to 10 men for the second game in a row and still came away with 3 points. Meanwhile, Celtic just about got past Falkirk 1-0. That keeps them 6 points behind Hearts on an important night in the title race. Elsewhere, after a 1-0 loss to Senegal, Egypt are out of AFCON, and that might have been Salah's last chance at winning it. He'll be on his way back to the Premier League after the third-place playoff this Saturday. Danny Murphy says he'll be welcomed back on Merseyside.
It's good timing in a way, because Liverpool have struggled in recent weeks. While they haven't lost games, struggled to make chances and penetrate teams without Isak, without Ekitike. But I know Ekitike's back now. But he'll be a welcome return, because they need more cutting edge at the top of the pitch.
Senegal are waiting for a result in the other semi-final. It's still 0-0 in extra time between Nigeria and Morocco. And England are set to be without 2 frontline spin bowlers to start their pre-T20 World Cup tour to Sri Lanka after Adil Rashid and Rehan Ahmed had their visas delayed. It's understood the ECB applied for both visas at the same time as the rest of the squad, but the Pakistani backgrounds of both players has caused the delay. Italy and Poland have told citizens to leave Iran immediately, with UK and US military staff evacuated from a major American airbase in Qatar, and Stings handed over almost £600,000 to his bandmates over a loyalties round.
Talksport weather with QuickFit, your go-to destination for quality tyres from great brands like Continental. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Clear spells following earlier rain from the east with some patchy frost in places. Looking ahead, a mix of sunshine and showers across northern areas. Further south, it will be cloudy and rainy with winds strengthening later across the southeast.
On 10:59 and 10:53, you wait on your mobile and on your smart TV. Late night sports with full throttle
I mean, the legend, Hudson Cole, is alongside me. No punny. He's been at the Chelsea game. We will get him on the phone now. Arsenal, they scraped past Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. 1 foot in the Carabao Cup final. How much does this mean to you guys, winning the Carabao Cup? Does it set up the final fiasco of the Premier League title? Go and win that. But, Chelsea fans, what do you make of Liam Rosenior tonight? Palmer, James, Casado, Gusto, all out. I thought he played all right. You can have your say, 03 717 22 33 44. Conor Gallagher, as well, is a Spurs player. We'll get into him as we build up to that game against West Ham. And as me and Cole, we have a big interest in that. Get involved in the show, though. Big night, Carabao Cup, semi-final, 03 717 22 33 44. Up the gel. Goalie, how are you? How are you, mate? You sound a little bit croaky there. Look, I'm not gonna lie, bit croaky. It sounds like you got a frog in your throat. I have just come back from my stag do. There we go. Yeah, well, you know, I wish you was there, Cody, because you would have actually probably rang me in a little bit and said, okay, listen, we've got a show on. Yeah, we've got a show Wednesday. You know, like, can you calm down? It's just the reality. So, a little bit worse for wear, mate. But you know what? We move, we get on with it. The voice is just about holding up, so. Hey, you'll be alright, you'll be alright. Let's get out. Yeah, it's all slacked out there. Honey and lemon tea. I've got it. No, why it's a good shout. Honey and lemon tea, mate. I need some hangover remedies. There's not many out there. Wait, you've just got off the plane. Yeah, basically, yeah. I've not seen daylight. I got home, I got in bed, and I woke up at 6 and come to the office. Oh, Jason. What we do? Schoolboy. It's schoolboy. Yeah, I know, but don't come in today. You know what, mate? You know me. Do not come in today. I looked at the Amex account on the weekend. I'm definitely coming in. Because we are make that up. Struggling. Oh, dear. How you been though, mate? All right? I've been all right, mate. I've been all right. Been cleared up. Yeah? You got to doing all the loans and everything, West Ham? Yeah, Loans is doing quite a bit this loan, this period. He's doing, yeah, with the loans and that, so that's good. Leaving it down to him, he's organising it, and he's looking very busy. We're going to talk to you about West Ham because obviously they've got Spurs coming up and we've both got a massive interest in that. But look, what do you make of the game tonight? Obviously, Arsenal win the game. I didn't think they were great. Chelsea plays all right. Garnacho comes on, scores 2 goals. Liam Rosenior convinced or not? It's early days, isn't it? To be honest, he doesn't really know the team just yet. Don't know his best team, but you had 3 big players out. You had James was out. Yeah. Obviously, you had Palmer out. Yeah. Casado. Big time players there. So 3 best players. 3 best players. So they've done all right. They've done all right for what they showed and put up a fight. Yeah. So. It's a good start. I think it's a good start. And they're not out of it, are they? They're still in it. They're still in it. So you want to believe they're going to go through? No, I don't. Well, if they get their players back, they'll be all right. I think they'll put up a fight over at the Emirates. I'm not sure what Chelsea are. Do you know? Well, we're not going to find out till a couple of months down the line what type of style he wants to employ with these boys. So to try and move the ball a bit quicker today. I didn't notice that. Maresca is very slow possession based. He definitely wants to move the ball quicker. You can see it. Like he just wants to get the ball into the. He wants to get it wide quickly. Yeah. Have a little dribble. Neto looks like he's enjoying it because he's getting the ball, a lot of the ball, and he's dribbling that players like how Sabah was doing the same as well. So look, it's interesting times for Chelsea. We'll give him a chance. I think Liam will take on the challenge. He's been talking a real good game. So he's talked a good game, a great game, a great game. So I'm hoping it happens for him. It'll be good. I'd like to hear what the Chelsea fans think. That'd be quite interesting. Yeah, it'd be interesting. We're going to see. Let's go to some Chelsea fans and go to Emma, who's a Chelsea fan. Is that okay, Martin?
Hello, I left early. My dad left early. My dad left after the second goal. I left after the third goal. Arsenal should have absolutely whipped us. They are in second gear. And our goalkeeper is going to give me a heart attack. I'm only 40, but every time he's got the ball, I just want him to just clear it. He's doing all these little... I don't know if we can just give him a target. I don't know why he's doing it. The second Arsenal goal was his error. And we've tried about 1,000 goalkeepers, and he's our best goalkeeper. I mean, I've got that checker back.
What time are you doing? Sorry, but I just want to get this straight.
I left straight after Arsenal third. Because I
So 71 minutes you left?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. Up the gel. You're a disgrace. Oh, come on. You've got Carabao Cup semi-final. Why are you leaving on 71 minutes?
Was it a protest? Was it a protest?
There was quite a few leaving after Arsenal's third goal, yeah.
Why? You still got 20 minutes plus any time.
Left after the second.
Well, he's an idiot as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he left after 49. But,
What are you doing? Up the gel.
Yeah, listen, you know what how I look at it? I just think you're obviously upset from before and you've taken it into the game and just, obviously, the goals that have gone in.
I'm upset with the ball.
Yeah.
Every manager we've had has not been good enough. The best manager they had since their tenure, Tuchel, they got rid of him. Every manager has not been given they've either recruited the wrong manager, or now we're celebrating winning matches instead of winning trophies. And maybe I've been spoiled under the previous ownership where we were winning and competing. At the moment, we just compete to sign young players to make money, make profit. It's boring. It's us, Spurs, Man United, bonkers clubs. And don't go where those three clubs strategise where they're going. We will not get us finished in the top four. We won't win anything this year. The only thing we'll win, and I keep saying this, Chelsea women will win stuff. The Chelsea men won't. And in the 7 years of the ownership, we will not be...
Emma, wait there because Mikel Arteta is with Sam.
Yes, I'm standing in the tunnel with the victorious manager, Mikel Arteta. Congratulations, it was a victory tonight. You had a 2-goal cushion twice in the game. You couldn't shake them off, they kept coming back at you. What was your feeling about the performance?
Well, I think it was a very entertaining match first of all against a really good opponent with a lot of quality. But yeah, we talk about making another step and coming to these places with such a determination that we showed in the game, especially with the 1-3 that we were so dominant in that period. And we had 2 massive chances to score the 1-4, and we didn't put the game to bed. So it's just half time. We are happy with what we've done, but we could have been better.
Is there a slight tinge of disappointment that you didn't finish them off tonight?
Yes, because when you have a team in the manner that we have them, you have to try. We certainly try, but yeah, the keeper made 2 big saves and we missed one very open chance with Gavi, and then they took the chance that they have in the corner.
It's a fiercely competitive cup tie. You've got the advantage going into the second leg. How important will that be?
Well, we need to capitalize on that, but we're going to have to earn the right to win again, and we know how good they are, and we are as well, so it's going to be a big fight.
You named a really strong team tonight. Does that show and underpin your desire to win every trophy available?
Yeah, the schedule has been a bit different to normally when this cup game comes in, you play in the Premier League before, and this weekend where we had the EFL Cup as well, and we were just molding the minutes of the players and the players that we believe they were the best today to start the game.
There's been a lot of talk about Victor Gyökeres since his move in the summer. He got a goal tonight. How pleased were you for him, and what did you make of his performance overall?
He got the goal and he got a big performance. I think he was really good in every department. He got into the places that he's been arriving constantly. Today the ball landed and he put it in the back of the net.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was Mikel Arteta with Sam Matterface. Before we go back to Emma, let's get an update on the EFL Cup of Nations semi-final stages. Mooch is watching football.
Second semi-final, second period of extra time. We're a minute in. Nigeria 0, Morocco 0, and Nigeria brought on the man Everton and Forest want to sign. Yusuf El-Naziri, formerly a target for West Ham as well. He's now on to try and win the game for the host nation. Senegal awaits in the final on Sunday. This hasn't been the best of semi-finals, and it might go all the way to penalties. Nigeria 0, Morocco 0 in the second period of extra time.
Right, let's go back to Em with the Chelsea fan. Em, look, I know you've left early. I think you're in disgrace leaving after 71 minutes. The game's still on. Garnacho scores in the 83rd. You've left the ground, but look, hey ho, everyone, each to their own. Are you going to back these teams? Are you going to back Liam Rosenior?
We need any day, right past the ball quick enough. It's so sloggy. Honestly,
I didn't think you moved it that slow. I thought you tried.
The bench is phenomenal compared to. I thought we were just slowing it. The passes between Darwin.
No, the Sanchez ones, I get that. I get the Sanchez moving it out.
Every time.
No, I think you're just being a. This is his first proper game in it against a proper side, so you just got to give him some time. I understand your gripe with the board though. Like that's a separate issue, but you got to support it. You got to support the team. Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got to support the team. And I understand your gripe with the board, but right now you can't be walking out after 71 minutes. Like, I think it's a bit too much because if it's just you walking out and it's not the rest of the stadium, then how does the board know you walked out? Do you know what I mean? So you're hurting yourself, and you could have witnessed. You could have witnessed a good comeback. But you could have witnessed a good comeback there, and you would have missed it.
Yeah, but.
Alright, Em, listen, we'll let you go, Em. We'll let you go because I think your line's not great. I'm going to go to Gab, who's Arsenal fan. Alright, Gab?
And anyone see Jacob Chelsea?
Listen, mate. How are you, mate? How's your evening?
I've been someone to call me that early. I walked out the ground, private number, could stop come on. Who's on? Oh, my mate Jamie. Who's got to eat humble pie again? Who made Cole and Cole? I like you, Cole. You're a bit humble, bruv, so you're all right, mate.
I'll stay humble.
He's in the open.
What's going on here? Well, you can't be doing that, surely.
Even at the end, when the whistle blew, I walked down, opened up my top, split round my hat, showed the wonderful Arsenal and
Larry.
Come on.
Oh, mate, so you're over the moon. Your performance today, what, do you think you were just some pure control that you got out of gear one?
Carl, if you've heard it a few times with me and the lads, I've said a couple of times, it's like we're playing with our food. It's like we're the line, the apex predator in the jungle, a little old Monday and O'Hara, they all pop along with their football teams, and we just thought, I think we made it exciting.
To be fair, your strength in depth is undeniable, man. You lot got it. You lot got it this year. It would be a tragedy if you win nothing this year.
Listen, it don't start sounding like O'Hara, mate.
I'm saying, for me, it would just be a tragedy if you don't look.
I didn't think he's great tonight, but you won 3-2.
You say you played in the study.
Well, we're saying this every week, mate. It's just, I've been saying this since October.
No, I agree. I was literally sitting there thinking,
yeah, what we're doing, we're slapping everybody up, mate. We're slapping them.
Happy got slapped.
I can't wait to get Cody on one. I want to get back to the club. I'm lost now. I'm more than an analyst, lads. Trying to find his
You might need to go back to the bar at, it'll be in there.
Yeah, it'll be in the bar.
It'll be in the bar at the crib.
Is it Frankie?
It'll be in Frankie.
I was going to get the hospitality. I wish I was in there.
It's got me
on the phone.
It'll be a bit of Frankie's drowning his sorrows.
But lads, listen, and I'm serious, because I don't mind Chelsea, because they're uncle and friends and that, they're not offensive to me. Rosinia, how do you start your career as Chelsea manager and put out that lineup? Like, to me, it's clear. I
said to the lads, I said, he put one down in his coffee and he started really.
I think his hands were tied, these. Like, he didn't have much on. Like,
Palmer, Jones, Taylor, Gusto, all that.
They're not still at the moment.
Yeah. Are they making excuses? Because there's certainly a lot of ducking going on at the moment, lads.
No.
I think they had a bit of an issue tonight. I think, considering the amount of players they had out, actually, I think they've done all right.
They've done all right myself.
Well, listen, like I said, I was more angry. A couple of lads come down from Leicester, one a Gooner, one was Chelsea. I said, that's the guys who we can. I said, I can't see it happening. And then when I could see, I said, all right, we get it wrong sometimes. That's just the way it is.
The second one goes in, and then after that.
Well, and the second one goes in, I put 15 quid on the floor then, Jack. That's what I do. I think I'm not having this happen again.
It's one of them nights for you. Alright. But yeah, listen, man, you've done well so far, so there's nothing to complain about in this end, and you just want to rub it in our faces.
Before I go, Jamie's been absolute ribbing your boys down the Olympic, mate. I hope you're going to give it to him. That's what I mean.
Good team, West Ham. Good team.
James, don't turn up on Monday, because I'll be doing another Has Anyone Seen Or if you lose to West Ham, brother.
You ain't losing to that garbage, don't
Well, you could do, mate. They turn up to you lot.
Yeah, listen, I hope you lose your car. I don't know where it is. Don't find it. See you later. Let's go to Alan, who's a Chelsea fan, right, Al?
How we doing, boys? We good?
All right, Al, all right. What did you make of Chelsea tonight?
It was a bit shabby, a bit shocking. We're doing the same stuff. We're playing it at the back, putting it out on the wing, putting it back to the right back, putting it back to the centre back. It's just no forward thinking, no passing like that. We just need to get someone in there to do that for us, and hopefully Rosinia can change that record.
Mate, I was wondering why he was passing. He was on the 94th minute, and he was passing it out from the back when he just needs to just lump it up.
I know.
It's just weird. I don't get it.
Just don't see what's happening anymore.
No, it's not. There's no lumping up no more.
There's no lumping it no more, right? You'd be out.
I'll be out of a job, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but job, mate.
I'll be finished. Right? I'll reject to him. Go down, put it on the floor.
I get it. Throughout the game, they want to play out from the back. They want to try and...
They're losing 3-2.
They're losing. The momentum was actually with, Chelsea after the guy actually scored in the 83rd minute. I'm thinking, right, really put some pressure on them. You ain't even got, I know they've got a big man up there, but you lump it up, Gabriel knocks one, edge one down, and then you win the second ball. Passing out from the back.
To be honest,
it's really hard to create a chance.
To be honest, you guys could have easily drawn that game with. You know that, right?
Easily. We had our chances, we had our opportunities.
Yeah.
We just didn't take it. I mean, there was a close one that Fernandez whipped in, and Neto was just so close to it. If he was a couple inches taller, he'd have got it,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's true. And Esteban, what a player he is. Why the rest didn't play Esteban more?
I think he was trying to protect him a little bit. Yeah. I think because he's young, he's just turned 18. You know what I mean? I think he was trying to
say that.
Age is nothing.
Did they protect him better? They've done good enough. But Premier is different. I agree with I watched him play a couple of games away from home, and he's young. At home, I think he's brilliant. But away from home, I think
you've got to use him in certain games and certain times of the game, or from the start. Sometimes he might get drowned out a little bit. So he's still young, and he's like there was one time today he was offside and he didn't need to. He just gone too early. Yeah, it's just little bits like that where he needs to just sharpen up his game and he'll be all right. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, they'll be all right once they get those three boys back. Palmer, James, Casado, then they're much stronger after it. And then Arsenal are not doing what they've done, but maybe Arsenal go to another gear. So we'll see. I can't wait for for Chelsea.
Yeah, they've got a chance?
Yeah, they've always got a chance. Just got to turn up, you've always got a chance, isn't it? No?
Don't know.
I've always got a chance if I was on the pitch.
Alright, get your calls in. You want to have your say on tonight's performance? 03 717 22 3344.
I go to bed with O'Hara and Cundy.
The Sports Bar with TalkSport Bet. Download the app or visit TalkSportBet.com for all the latest odds and offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
it, we need a bigger car.
Smart speaker, what's an award-winning SUV?
The Tucson is an award-winning midsize SUV and is available for a 24-hour test drive.
They look great, and it's a self-charging hybrid too.
Smart speaker, search offers on a Hyundai Tucson.
The Tucson is available with 2 years 0% APR, and it's Hyundai, by the way.
Discover the Hyundai Tucson self-charging hybrid. Ends 31st of March, 25% deposit finance subject status. Hyundai UK is a credit over number 1. Try to apply.
January. A month of no sun, no carbs, no sugar, and no commission on your investments with IG.
That's more like it.
Plus, get up to £2,000 cash back when you transfer your portfolio. Search IG.com and start the year the right way. IG. Trade, invest, progress. Your capital is at risk. Other fees may apply. New customers only. Offer valid until 31st of January 2026 on ISA, GIA or SIP accounts. T's and C's apply.
Hi, just think of work now. Sorry it's a bit loud. Basically, so I was thinking we could get Mackey's tonight. Had a big Mac on my mind all day, and delivery fee on the app is now from 99p. So, you in? Of course you are. Love you. Bye.
Exclusively on the McDonald's app. 18 plus, service fee, small order fee may apply. Participating restaurants, serving times and T's and C's apply.
Whether you're singing songs dressed as a traffic cone at the Alley Pally, drawing yourself hoarse on the first day of Cheltenham, or having a complete stranger after a 98-minute win, at Virgin Bet, we always want you to have a great time, without losing track of your betting. So whilst there's no such thing as a dead third, it's a good bet will help you keep it fun and safe. Visit our safer gambling hub for more info. Virgin Bet, a good bet. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org.
Hey Sainsbury's, have you got anything to help my money go further?
Well, if you want to make some big savings, make sure to use Nectar Prices and your Nectar Prices at Sainsbury's. Together they can save you over £450 a year on your food shop.
Bring it on.
Download the Nectar app and tap into great savings. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us. 18 plus Nectar app required. For full terms, see help.sainsbury's.co.uk/help/Nectar prices.
I see you lurking down there. I know you're here. My mum said you come eventually, that you pick on either my dad or my uncle. That's what you do to older guys, right? Then with black men, you target them twice as much. Well, it's not right and it's not fair, and we're not going to let you get away with that. Not for one more second.
Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in men. It's about time we stood together against it. Prostate Cancer UK.
The Sports Bar with TalkSport Bet. Download the app or visit TalkSportBet.com for exclusive offers and bonuses. 18 plus. Gambleaware.org. Jeff Stelling here. Make sure you're fully kitted out for a formidable weekend of live football on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. All the heavy-duty action kicks off on Friday night at 8 with West Brom versus Middlesbrough live on TalkSport 2. What a cool cup finish! Then on Saturday from 12:30, it's a dynamic double. Coventry face Leicester in the Championship on TalkSport 2 with a precocious Premier League showdown as United go head-to-head with City in the Manchester derby live on TalkSport. Going for goal with a glorious weekend of live and exclusive football on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
The nation's favourite notorious nightcap. Football fans and free nuts at the Sports Bar.
Up the Chels. You are listening to the Sports Bar on Sport. Please take my own Colton Cole. And still to come, we're going to hear from Lewis Senior after Chelsea got whooped tonight. 03 717 22 It's been a huge night Carabao Cup action across the TalkSport network. Here's how it all sounded live at TalkSport.
Tonight, another new era dawns. The first home game under a new head coach, Liam Rossigna, a cup semi-final against a team that are not only currently the top team in London, but the country and in Europe too. It's right put in front of the goalkeeper, completely misses it, and it's popped in the bottom by Ben White, and they have a lead. Low cross, Jokovic can't miss this one. It's spilled by Sanchez, it goes into his path, and Arsenal have a 2-0 lead. Both goals have been kicked towards the far post. Down for Garnacho, who lashes it in under a Riza Malaga, and Chelsea are back in the tie. He's trying to hold it up, feeds it back to Zubimendi, takes two shots. shooting hard. And it's 3-1 Arsenal. Firing Malaga. And then Garnacho volleys it into the ground and beyond the crowd of players to give Chelsea home on time. At the end of the first leg, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3.
Yeah, big night. Maybe you'll say that game before we get back to your calls on tonight's football, though. Africa Cup of Nations semi-final stages. The Moose is watching for TalkSport.
And it's finished after extra time. Nigeria 0, Morocco 0, so we will go to a penalty shootout. One of the most surprising things, a couple of minutes before the end of the extra time period, Nigerian coach took off Victor Osimhen, who surely would have taken a penalty for Nigeria, brought on the former Southampton striker Paul Onuachu. Now we'll go down to who can hold their nerve from the penalty spot to decide who plays Senegal in Sunday's final. Finished here, Morocco 0, Nigeria 0 after extra time. Penalties are about to be taken.
Right, Moose, we get back to when we know who the winner is. Let's go to Ewan, though. He's Arsenal fan, aren't you?
Thank you. How's it going, Calvin?
All right, mate. You're all right. What did you make of Arsenal tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I was actually delighted for Jockey up front, man. Easily the best display he's had in an Arsenal jersey. We all know he struggled. There's still a lot more to come for him. But can I tell you,
Ewan? I mean, he wasn't blockbuster up there. I mean,
It's a start. It's a start for us.
Start?
It's a start on the road to recovery. That's what I would say.
Start?
No, he did.
January?
He did. I know. But sometimes that's what form does to you. You don't start till January. I've been there, mate. I can't talk. Yeah.
I thought it was encouraging. Looking back at the goals that they conceded, look, Steve Garnacho's first one, I'm actually becoming more and more concerned about Odegaard. He's the captain, and he's just giving it away cheaply. I mean, a lot of people are saying that we'll easily get through it. I don't know what to play for in that second leg. If you watch the Man City game, they went out a second gear, they cruised Newcastle that night, you know what I mean, with no one else to get. So there's still a lot to play for, there's a lot of work to be done. I still think the goals that conceded are a bit sloppy, you know what I mean?
And I understand what you're saying, because when I look at Arsenal, I think, come on, they've got to win something this year. They have to, but
they want to win. I mean,
they've got to win something, but that will start. If they win the Carabao Cup, I reckon it will make them a little bit more comfortable in the league and the other competitions as well, just because they've won some silverware earlier. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree. Momentum.
Yeah, it will be less intense for them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So they'll be like, oh yeah, we can go and do 2 now.
Yeah.
They'll do 3. You know what I mean? Like that's how I see it.
Look, Ewan, I don't know if you agree, but I don't think Arsenal's great. But you win, you know? Every time I watch Arsenal, I go, yeah, like they don't blow me away. But it's just so effective.
They're efficient.
You know, like, yeah, they're just efficient. You score a goal, you score another one, you set piece, you get a goal, you know. And
even when they go down, they don't get a goal really quick.
Yeah, and
so they just respond. It's impressive actually, because I haven't seen an Arsenal like that ever, really. I think this season is a little bit changed.
Under the Wenger years, it was all about football. You know, some of it was brilliant to watch, but it's the good when they're finishing fourth. You know what I mean? So this is different. I'm not going to lie, it can be harder to watch because some of the players on that pitch were known for their technicality and stuff. You don't always see it, especially with Odegaard and Saka. You know what I mean? And it's not a great Chelsea starting team by any means, because I know a few of the guys were phoning in earlier saying Caicedo was missing Palmer. Like, I'm not sure, I just don't know.
You mentioned Saka. I mean, look, I've been away, but in recent games, he's been a bit quiet, right?
Who's Saka? Yeah, he's been quiet. He just signed his new deal, so hopefully that'll spark him into life. But Saka's he's a good player. He could be very effective. He could be very effective when he's on it. And as soon as he gets back on it, then it's going to be. But I think he's finding it I wouldn't say difficult, but different this season. Because he's got Noni Madueke. He's got challenges for his spot. So if he ain't playing well, he's out the team. Do you know what I mean? Easy. And I know he's going to be pivotal for your title challenge anyway. But he's going to have to come back on more on form and get the goals and get the assists like how he used to in this year. But this season has been a bit quiet, I'd say.
Do you feel the same about Saka?
Yeah, I do expect both. They're a top player, but as you were saying, Carl, obviously he's finding it difficult with bad away, taking it in, but
Different pressure. Different pressure.
I thought that was going to bring a better side out of him.
Yeah, but he's never. I don't think he's ever had that competition. That's what I'm trying to say. So maybe he's better with no competition. Because he'll just come up. Do you know what I mean? Some players are different. Some players just.
Listen,
react differently.
For me, he's a world class player.
You know what's going on about.
You don't think
He's world class player. I'm not sure about world class player. I think he's a good, proper Premier League player, like that you can rely on, and Arsenal can rely on because the system works for him. I think.
I'm not going to say that he's a future Ballon d'Or winner, but I would say the world class player at Arsenal is probably.
I don't know. I think everyone's got world class differently in their thoughts because I don't have him.
World class player for me, he gets in every team in the world.
Saka gets in every team.
Well, I mean, he ain't far off it, is he? I mean.
You're just trying to provoke some conversation here. I'm not having it.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just saying.
You don't walk into any.
Right now, I said world class. He's miles off it.
I'm not saying he's miles off it, but I just think he's in the category below world class. That's what I'm saying.
So he's average.
No, what? How can you be a class just below world class and be average?
So he's just a good player.
You was average. Are you on his level? Do you know what I mean?
You're putting him on the same level as
I'm not. He's way better than you.
It's just that he's a good Premier League player.
You want a good Premier League player? Sorry, mate. Sorry. You know me, I'm just bantering. No, but he's a good Premier League player that's he brings out the numbers and he does well in that system, in that team. Can you imagine him in another team right now? What team? What team's in the Premier League? Is he getting into Man City's team? Easy?
Yeah.
Easy, yeah?
I reckon he plays for Real Madrid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
you rate him up,
brilliant. I mean, I can understand someone who's maybe a little bit out of the form, or not, he's not playing great at the minute, but and we're talking about Saka, yeah, but he's a top player.
World class?
I think he's a world class.
Was it top or was it world class?
I think he's a world class player. I genuinely think he's. I mean, we're talking about he starts for England is one of the favourites to win the World Cup.
He's a good player for England. He's a good player for.
He's a good player. He's a brilliant player for England.
Yeah, he's alright. Good enough.
Good enough.
Look, so what do you say about Noni Madueke then? Are you gonna?
I like Madueke, but Madueke's end product ain't still the same.
Yeah, but that's gonna get better. He's gonna get better though. You know that, right? But then you're gonna put Noni as a world class player. After that,
I don't think Noni can be a world class player. I think he's a really good player.
That's out of order. I think you're
listen, that's not taking anything away from Madueke. I think he's a really good player.
It's a good conversation.
I don't think he's ever going to have the same ability as what Saka can do. I don't. I think he's a really good player, and I like his directness. I like the way he plays, but he ain't got the end product Saka can produce.
All right. So, who would you rather, Escobar or Saka? So Esteban in 4 years, if he goes on this trajectory, who's gonna be better?
I ain't got crystal
ball.
Who's
gonna be better?
I ain't got a crystal ball.
What type of player would you rather? An Esteban or a Saka? Type of player.
Saka.
Okay, cool. That's your opinion, isn't it? That's all right.
Do you think Esteban's going to be better than Saka?
Eventually.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, but it's our question to answer now. All right, keep the calls coming. Let's go to William. He's a Chelsea fan. William?
Hey guys, how's it going?
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Did you hear that little squabble between me and Jamie? Did you hear that?
I was certainly listening to it.
What do you reckon?
I'm actually watching you on YouTube.
Oh, is it? Oh, hello. So, what did you think of that?
I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit with Andy on this one. That Saka is a great player, but for me, I sometimes struggle. When if I compare him with Madueke, I think Madueke he attacks the ball better in regards to attacking the player, than Saka. But then Saka has the better finishing.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with Saka. I think he's
world class
player. What's it like?
World class?
I I tell you, he's wild. He's just unbelievable.
That's what I said.
For me,
No, you said he's a good Premier League player.
yeah, he's a great Premier League player. It's just for me personally, and when I look at world class, I think he's out of the top 5.
Yeah. So you're going to put him in that category? William, Neymar, you put him in that category?
He's a top 10.
Vinicius Junior don't even play at Real Madrid. I've watched Vinicius Junior play.
I don't think he gets into Real Madrid as number 1. If you go on the team sheet, I don't think he's got.
I think he would, but anyway, look, we can't. Listen, as one on a radio show, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
You know? Just on Chelsea, William, what do you make of the performance, the way you played, Rossini, the setup?
As I said, it's very early days. I don't know what. I mean, I was listening to Emma, and I think that's a bit sour. And it's so, he just got in the door. If anything, I feel sorry more for Strasbourg than that was just taking Liam, and that was not really much saying. But that's the way that it's going, unfortunately, at the moment. It's definitely with Chelsea more against the board than it is the team or the manager. Obviously making mistakes, obviously Sanchez tonight, but generally this season he has been better than last season for sure. But I think, again, we've got such a young squad. It's that experience and discipline again that is what's really let us down. And having someone like a definitive striker, I think the centre-back was good, but I think someone like Mark Gay, someone who's to be very calm, controlling on the ball, will just give us that little bit more over the edge. And you can see it, game after game, that there's that lack of thing, and especially up leadership. It's definitely up front. Chelsea are renowned for having someone like that. At the moment, we don't have someone like that. What do I want to see the board do, realistically? I would like them to go get a player, someone like Lautaro Martinez at Inter, someone a bit more physical, a bit more who's got definitive striking ability of getting up to 20 goals a season. But realistically, is that the way that we're going to go? At the moment, with the way the board's going, not. But that's why, the Chelsea fan base are having their, on Saturday, we're having our protest and outside the gate at 1 o'clock. So.
Yeah, I just think that the board's philosophy is to sign young players, make money on them, and try and grow with the team so they grow into experience. There's nothing wrong with that way of thinking, but there's going to be teething problems on the way, and there is a problem with that thinking, because you're going to get inconsistency. That doesn't. I know, and you're not going to. The manager got the sack only because he's trying to edge that, because he didn't want to be dictated to no more. We could see it, and he came out and said a few words where he was trying to provoke them to sack him. You know what I mean? They didn't want to do it, but he's gone against club policy. You know what I mean? So he had to go at the end of the day. I think this time they've clutched onto that. They're not going to let that happen again, and they're going to have someone that they can work with and help nurture a team where they want to go. But I still think a manager, I'm not saying the manager always needs a few experienced pros from the dressing room when they go and get stuff. That's my opinion. It helps the manager just to control the environment in the dressing room. It does. And I don't care what anyone says. An experienced pro always does that.
Keep calls coming. 03717 22 33 the African Cup of Nations is going down to the last second. And can we go to Abrahams? And I think we have a winner.
And the penalty shootout just finished, and Morocco, the hosts, are through to the final. They won 4-2 in the penalty shootout. 2 misses by Nigeria, not great penalties, including Samuel Chukwueze of Fulham, but it was En-Nesyri, who was wanted by Everton and by Nottingham Forest in this transfer window, who stepped up to take the final penalty. Not a great semi-final, if the truth be told, finished goalless after 120 minutes, but Morocco the host and top teams in Africa going through to the final 4-2 after winning a penalty shootout. They'll play Senegal on Sunday. It was their winner earlier from Sadio Mane, who knocked out Mo Salah's Egypt. Senegal against the host Morocco in Sunday's final after it finished goalless in the semi-final between Morocco and Nigeria, and 4-2 to Morocco on penalties.
Right, Muzi, thank you. Keep calls coming in. We're going to continue taking on a big night in the Carabao Cup. You can have your say on your team. No free. 717-233-4.
The Sports Bar with TalkSport Bet. Download the app or visit TalkSportBet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18+, gambleaware.org.
The all-electric Ford E-Transit Custom, loaded with doing power. And now, you could win one. Take a test drive in any Transit Custom to enter, and be in with a chance of winning a Ford E-Transit Custom. Search Win a Ford E-Transit Custom and book online. To enter, take a test drive between the 1st of January and the 28th of February. Ready, set, Ford. T's and C's apply. 25+ only. For details, see ford.co.uk.
Chemistry. I my new laptop for 80 years. That's how it's done. Imagine if everything was that easy. Like teaching little Johnny to play his recorder. Oh my. Oh, this is easy to do.
Direct line. That's how it's done. Second accidental discounts for £3,000. Cover limits apply. Personal possessions cover needed for items outside the home.
Whatever you need, come see your perfect PC or laptop at PC Specialist. Visit pcspecialist.co.uk. Wrap up with great savings in the Vodafone winter sale. Get reliable full fibre broadband from only £24 per month. Hurry, this amazing deal is the 28th of January. Plus, switching is easy, one touch switch. So go online or in-store today. Vodafone.
Was £26 per month on a 24-month contract subject to credit check acceptance and availability. Terms at vodafone.co.uk/terms.
With Sprint Delivery, you get your order in as little as 20 minutes. That's faster than some Mo Farah. Running downhill with a perfect tailwind. Screw things. No stopping.
Calling all dunkers. What's a brew without a biscuit, eh? But this is no donut to the left a chance. Dip your Vicky and count. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Whichever online casino you play with, set your deposit limit so you don't overdunk. Take time to think. Sky Vegas. Play. It's why we're here. 18+ begambleaware.org.
New year means a new round of speculation, signings and spending sprees. As the 2026 trading season kicks off, stay ahead with all the deals with the central transfer window updates on TalkSport.
And they have been made to pay.
Plus, get the inside track on everything from the club moves worth knowing to where the mega money's going. In one unbeatable transfer news roundup with White and Jordan every morning from Chicago Coastal transfer window updates on TalkSport with Intuit QuickBooks. Tackle your self-assessment with Intuit QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Here's that Hawksby and Baker tomorrow afternoon from 1 on TalkSport.
All you can eat broadcast buffet of flavoursome football. Big names with melted cheese to please.
The nation's #1 lunchtime bite. If you don't listen, you miss the game. Hawksby and Baker tomorrow afternoon from 1 on TalkSport.
You listen to the Sports Box on Sport with Jerry Hart, Colton Cole. We're going to take a look at what could be kind of going to the Spurs game this weekend against West Ham. We'll talk about that in a bit. Do you think he's a good signing for Spurs? And first, Liam Mazzini had his first real test as Chelsea manager tonight. They lost against Arsenal. Sam Matthews was watching the TalkSport and is alongside him now.
Obviously,
there's some positive aspects to the game. The fact that you dragged yourself back into contention despite the fact that Arsenal got away from you twice and had a 2-goal cushion. But that cushion may be given to them by a couple of mistakes from the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. You've done a very good job over the course of the last 6 months. Have you spoken to him about the mistakes he made tonight? Is there a reason behind them?
No, there's no blame. By the way, he makes a world-class save for 3-1 to keep us in this. There's always positives and negatives to everyone's performance. I'm not someone to blame individuals. I'm actually here to help and improve them. Yeah, but I've been here for 6 days. It's a big ask for these players, what I'm asking them to do. It is different to what they're used to. And I have to take accountability for my players' performance. That's on me. We will improve our understanding of what I want. And there were a lot of positives in terms of the players' performance, and we need to take those aspects into the next one.
You were missing key players tonight, lots of them. How much of that is down to injury, illness?
Yeah, we go through them. So we lost Liam like 4 hours before the game. He was actually due to start the game. Before Mark Hugh came in and gave everything for the team. Jamie Gittins was ill late last night, so he wasn't a part of the group. Reece has got a knock on the hip. Hopefully he'll be fit for Saturday. Cole hopefully is fit for Saturday. Roy was suspended. Malo Pescal is an outstanding player. Hopefully he'll be back. You know, in terms of that, I always want my team to be competitive. I won't make excuses. I'm really happy. You know, young Shin comes on. He wants to get tonight in a hurry. I've got a group of, I think, reporting who believe what I'm talking about. I believe in my message. But it'd be great to get some of the players back fit for Saturday.
And also, you'll have them back for the second leg. And bearing in mind how competitive you were with Arsenal without those big players, does it give you hope that it's more than a shot in the dark in the second leg?
For sure. We're not out of this tie. We're not out of this tie by any means. You know, like we've got another 4 games before, but I love the fact of resilience. There were certain moments in the game, passages of play, but the crowd got up, the crowd got behind the team. I want the crowd to be excited by the way that my players play. So, yes, we lost the game. I'm not going to make excuses on injuries, but hopefully we get a few of those players back fit for the games to come.
Good luck. Yeah, that was Liam Rosenior. Let's speak to the stat match at face. Let's go to Andy, the Chelsea fan, Andy.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I'm alright. Look, you're managing there, you know, very upbeat, very positive about the performance.
I mean, to be fair, given what you just said to us there, the amount of players we've had out without injury or suspension, we've done quite well tonight. The biggest kudos I'll give is Garnacho tonight. We came on and he gave it all tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, considering the amount of mistakes he's made in the back of it, especially, I think he's done quite well.
That's
the thing. I mean, he cost us quite a few points this season, but he gave it all. And Arsenal had a much better bench than us. If you look at the amount of players they've on the bench compared to us, it's ridiculous.
No, they've got proper players on the bench. They've got
their structure of depth is unbelievable. £1.6 billion, and their bench is better than ours.
Well, it's because you guys have signed players that are really young. And
they sell players as well. You have players come in and these guys spending £1 billion because of the players ain't even there anymore. He's already sold them.
Well, they're not profit. Basically, that's how they say it.
It's not about making profit, it's about what you're doing.
To these lot, trust me, it's about making profit. It's got to make sense for them, and it's got to make sense for them financially. That's the whole ownership. Yeah, but that's the whole point of the ownership. I know, but that's what you're gonna get when you've got this philosophy and you've got this model that they've got. So I think you guys have to just fuck it up.
I think the problem that everyone's got
it's hard to play.
Arsenal, to be fair to Arsenal, they built a squad to win the league.
Yeah, that's what
that's the difference. And the difference between you and them is
to watch them play, but
yeah, but you built a squad to have profit and loss, right? And you've signed some good players, and you want to get back. You have won some trophies, by the way, but you know, and you've got some really good players. But when I look at Arsenal's team, Arsenal's being driven about is to win the league, to be competitive in every competition.
The problem with Chelsea is our disciplinary record. It's ridiculous. It's really letting us down.
Yeah, but what did you get? Four yellow cards today across the the game.
He gets that sent off every week.
Adiashoni, Isabel, Pedro Neto, Cucurella, all come up to a yellow card each. And I look at, and Arsenal had 3 yellow cards, so listen.
But Arsenal don't get that sent off every week. They did that last season, it cost them. Chelsea this season have done it.
But I've told you why.
The 6 red cards.
Yeah, but I've told you why. They're just naive. They don't understand when to just call off. Do you know what I mean? And they just, that comes with experience. And they're learning on the job, these lot.
Alright, Andy, thank you, Cole. Keep them coming. More of an Arsenal break. If you want to have your say in your team's performance tonight, 03 717 2233.
The Sports Bar with TalkSport Bet. From weekly broadcast boosts to lucky dips and brilliant bet builders. Bring it on at TalkSportBet.com. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Flat battery, blown mold, wipers past their best. Don't worry, you can fit it yourself at home. With big brands and low prices, starting from just £1.99 for wipers, £4.99 for bulbs, and batteries from just £39.99. Those life journeys don't need to cost the earth. Don't wait for a flat start. Power up, brighten up, live up with mymotorworld.com. Delivery from just £3.95. mymotorworld.com.
Hello, old friend. If you're dreaming about your next little adventure, remember Stay Sure, the UK's favourite travel insurance, now with 20% off. We cover most pre-existing medical conditions and all ages. And with more 5-star Trustpilot reviews than any other provider, you can dream big and stay sure. Visit staysure.co.uk today and get 20% off with code RADIO. Discount excludes medical condition and add-on costs. New policies only. Ends 28th February 2026. T's and C's apply. See staysure.co.uk/reviews.
January. A month of no sun, no carbs, no sugar, and no commission on your investments with IG. That's more like it. Plus, get up to £2,000 cash back when you transfer your portfolio. Search IG.com and start the year the right way. IG. Trade, invest, progress. Your capital is at risk. Other fees may apply. New customers only. Offer valid until 31st of January 2026 on ISA GIR shipments. T's and C's apply.
Wrap up with great savings in Vodafone Winter Sale. Get reliable full fibre broadband for only £24 per month. Hurry, this amazing deal ends the 28th of January. Plus, switching is easy with one touch switch. So, go online or in-store today. Vodafone.
Was £26 per month on a 24-month contract subject to credit check acceptance and availability. Terms at vodafone.co.uk/terms.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be inside a bowl of honey soup? Floating in a blanket of thick tomatoey goodness. The aromas tickling your nostrils. A crispy little human crouton drifting off, getting lost in the soup. Bathe in comfort. It has to be Heinz.
Sport. It's in your DNA. That's why at SpreadX Sports, you get great offers and features to aid your sports betting, including £30 in free bets when you join and place a qualifying £10 fixed odds bet at minimum odds of 1 to 2. Visit spreadx.com/DNA for full terms and conditions. SpreadX Sports. It's in our DNA. 18+ gambleaware.org. Offer bets not in cash effort. Second, get free £10 fixed odds bets on consecutive days. Free bets not included in any wins. Free bets not included in 48 days.
1089 and 1053 medium wave. Online, on your mobile, on the app, and on your smart speaker. TalkSport. TalkSport.
With your sports headlines, I'm Charlie Pritchard. Good evening. Arsenal have a 3-2 lead after the first leg of their EFL Cup Chelsea against Chelsea. Robert Sanchez made errors that contributed to 2 of Arsenal's 3 goals. Danny Murphy told us Chelsea deserved to be in it, but not based on the keeping display.
And probably, overall, deserve to still be in this tie. They showed enough with a depleted team against a very strong Arsenal team. One thing you can say is, this wasn't an evening for good goalkeeping, was it? I know there was one good save, but the rest of it was pretty poor.
Gyökeres got Arsenal second, and Arteta's been praising his contribution.
He got the goal and he got a big performance. I think he was really good in every department. He got into the finish and he's been arriving constantly. Today the ball landed and he put it in the back.
Elsewhere, Morocco have done it. The hosts will face Senegal in Sunday's final after a 4-2 penalty shootout win. It'll be their first appearance in the showpiece match since 2004. In Scotland, we saw another statement victory from the league leaders, who were down to 10 men for the second game in a row, and still came away with 3 points. Meanwhile, Celtic just about got past Falkirk 1-0 to keep them 6 points behind Hearts. And Tiger Woods has said Brooks Koepka's return to the PGA is a win for everyone. Change of rules has allowed him to be reinstated, with players who have won a major tournament or the Players' Championship in the last 4 years welcome back. Woods, who's on the PGA Tour board, says it's a better place to play with Koepka involved.
Talk Sport News.
Free Palestine Action hunger strikers have ended their 73-day demonstration after claiming one of their key demands has been met. And Donald Trump says America needs Greenland for national security.
Talk Sport weather with QuickFit. With a huge range of premium brands available, we've got what you need to drive away happy every time. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Clear spells following earlier rain from the east with some patchy frost in places. Looking ahead though, a mix of sunshine and showers across the north. Further south it'll be cloudy and rainy with winds strengthening later across the southeast.
On the app, on your smart TV, supercharged, super confident, super strength, late night football talk. Dynamic and dazzling. It's the nation's favourite sports speakeasy, but for some reason, it's always your round. The Sports Bar on Talk Sport.
You are listening to the Sports Bar on Talk Sport. Me, Jeremy, Home, Colts and Cole. Still to come, we're going to take a look at what could be Conor Gallagher's first debut this weekend against West Ham. You can have your say on that, 03717 223344. We're going to be joined by Spanish football expert Terry Kipton to go over the madness at Real Madrid. But first, football Sam Matt Pace, caught up with Miguel Arteta and Liam Rafinha following tonight's game. Got their thoughts on it. Let's hear from both now, starting with his chat with the Arsenal.
Well, I think it was a very entertaining match, first of all, against a really good opponent with a lot of quality. But yeah, we talk about making another step and coming to these places with such a determination that we showed in the game, especially with the 1-3 that we were so dominant in that period. And we had 2 massive chances for the 1-4, and we didn't put the game to bed. So it's just that time. We are happy with what we've done, but we could have been better.
For sure, we're not out of this tie. We're not out of this tie by any means. You know, that we've got another 4 games before, but I love the fact that resilience. There were certain moments in the game, passages of play, but the crowd got up, the crowd got behind the team. I want the crowd to be excited by the way that my players play. So yes, we lost the game. I'm not going to make excuses on injuries, but hopefully we get a few of those players back fit for the games to come.
Yeah, both managers speaking there. You can have your say on it. We've been talking about Saka, his performance as well, and Harry, the Arsenal fan, has phoned us up. Right, Hank?
You good, you right?
I'm alright, Hank. I'm alright. You're not happy about Coley talking about Saka?
You coming for me, yeah?
Listen, I cannot believe I had to endure that 10 minutes of radio. I just cannot believe that you said that. I mean, if you can name me 3 better Premier League wingers at the moment,
Premier League wingers.
I mean,
so you say so. Listen. I love Saka. I think he's a top player. I think he's a top player. I just don't think he's world class. Is that fair?
No, I think he is world class.
He's got maybe his numbers are. Maybe his numbers and what he's putting out in that team might be this season.
His numbers been pretty poor since the start of 2025.
So you're saying he's a world class winner? You're saying he's a world class winner?
Yeah, he's a world class winner. I mean, looking against Chelsea today, he had Neto and Cucurella both on him throughout the whole game. I mean,
he's got 4 goals in 2025. Listen, I'm with you. I'm world class, but the stats are he's got 4 goals in 2025.
He was also injured for a long while. I don't know if that's necessarily a reflection about how he was playing.
So Mo Salah, you're saying he's better than Mo Salah?
No, I mean, no, he's not better than Mo Salah.
So what would you say Mo Salah? Would you say Mo Salah is world class?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's world class, but not world class as Mo Salah.
Well, no, but it's Mo Salah.
Let's talk properly, yeah? You're saying Mo Salah's world class, but you saying he's not as good as Mo Salah.
No, but they're in a different level.
So then how's he world class then? What do you mean there's different levels of world class? No, there's not different levels. There's world class and there's a tier underneath it. And I said he's in the tier underneath it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's alright.
I thought you were saying it was top
who? Saka's top 5 in the world.
You get what? I get this. You can name me 5 better wingers than him. I'm talking
Mo Salah, Vinny. Yeah? Mo Salah, Vinny. Yeah? There's 2.
On the right.
Wingers. Dembele.
Yeah.
Do I?
Oh, no. I mean, but we're talking about current form again. It goes back to
It's not about form. It's just, I'm just talking about your class, mate. Class. World class. That's what I'm talking about, mate. I rate the man. I love him. I think he's proper.
Hold on a minute. You say you rate the man, right? I've just
No, don't try it.
I've seen your list over there, and this is a long list that you put together, and I don't know if I'm happy about it because
I put Bowen in.
Because you've got Bowen in there. I know that one's a wind-up.
I'm the wind-up.
There's a lot of players on this list that you're putting in front of.
Rafinha.
Yeah, who else?
How about Skelly? Do I?
No. I mean, again, a lot of these players in that role, not a lot.
They're winners.
I mean,
They're winners. They're winners.
For a couple of seasons.
Huh?
Tim, Chuck's been classed in the Prem since he was 18. This was 17 in fact. He's been classed for...
No, that's what I'm saying. He's been class. I'm not saying he's not been class, mate. Look, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying, is he world class? You say he is. Doesn't mean he's world class. It means he's a very, very good top Premier League player that puts out the numbers. I'm not saying that he's not brilliant. I think he's...
Is that Rafael you've got over there?
Rafael, yeah.
You've got Elise over there as well.
Elise. I was just putting down names. I was just putting down names. It wasn't a list of who's better than him. I was just putting a list of winners. I'm going for it. No, don't try and put words into my... Don't try and mince my words, bro. Like, let's not do that. But, listen...
That's Somerville I can see over there.
Somerville! Hold up. I love Somerville, but he ain't on Saka's level, obviously. But I'm just saying, some of these people always saying that Saka's world class. I don't see it. I see a very, very good, effective player, winger. And I don't know if anybody agrees with me. It's just as simple as that, and it's not a big debate. It's just everybody's preference and how they look. I like tricky wingers. That's what my preference is. That's hence the reason I like Noni Madueke. You know what I mean? I like his trickiness. I like the way he tries and creates, and he's always going at the wing, at the player, trying to skin him. That's what I love seeing. I love seeing that type of football.
All right. Let's go to Jake, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Jake?
How are we doing, you right, boys?
All right, mate. What did you make of Chelsea tonight? Come on.
Just starting from the game, we definitely moved it a little bit quicker. I still think we get it down in the wide areas. We run out of ideas. There's no one to link it in there. I think Garnacho has taken the forward today, but I think that's actually down to Rafinha by, taking gear off and, allowing us to have Gal still a little bit deeper and kind of that extra body in there and kind of allowed Garnacho to have that space. So, we can't look too much into that, but Rafinha has done well there. From the changes, it's better than what we've seen under Maresca in terms of the changes, but it's early days,
Yeah, it is early days. Look, you had some good players out, you had Delap out, Casado, Gusto, James, Palmer. I thought he's done all right. I thought Arsenal breezed. I thought they were... I don't think Arsenal were at full tilt. I thought they were comfortable. But I thought he's done okay. But he lost 3-2. You know what I mean?
And this is why I have to call up. Because I couldn't hear Jamie, I couldn't hear you say that was a whooping. And I think the passing out from the back has got to improve. But if you're going to do it, you've got to fully commit to it. That means if you've got to pull the striker out of that position into like a left or a right 10 position just to come off, fair enough, it's got to be done. But you've got to commit to it fully. You can't just keep going to Fafana when you're giving him no time. You can see the trigger for Arsenal, So as soon as Chelsea, as soon as you pass it sideways, or you look at you, drop bodies to pass it sideways, they stepped up all of them together. And I think we just need to, if we're going to do that, we have some extra ideas to get around it.
I think you'll get there. Just give them some time just to get there. This is second game, isn't it? So just let him just work with this team. I think he'll start to work it out, employ what he wants to employ with the players that he's got. But at the same time, The fans just got to give him time, man. Give him time. You ain't got no choice at the moment, you know. So here to stay for a little bit, at least for 5 matches.
Alright, keep calls coming in. A bit more action to talk about. 037172233.
The Sports Bar with TalkSport Bet. Stay on the ball with our safer gambling tools. Find out more at TalkSportBet.com. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
3, 2, 1, it's on!
We're thirsty to tell you something big. Your entertainment destination has landed, and it's bursting to all your favourites. Say hello to TLC, full to the brim with The Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, and brand new Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. What am I dreaming? And just to make it even sweeter, it's completely free. TLC, bursting with great telly, wherever you watch free TV.
Wrap up with great savings in the Vodafone winter sale. Get reliable full fibre broadband for only £24 per month. Hurry, this amazing deal ends the 28th of January. Plus, switching is easy with one-touch switch. So, go online or in-store today. Vodafone.
Was £26 per month on a 24-month contract subject to credit check acceptance and availability. Terms at vodafone.co.uk/terms.
When your deodorant has been reduced to a tiny whisper and tries to tell you,
I'm running on empty. I don't have much left to give.
no need to worry, your new deodorant is already on its way, arriving today with Amazon Prime. Same-day delivery, it's on Prime. Geographic restrictions, cut-off times and T&Cs apply. Details on the page.
I'm Professor Noel Fitzpatrick, and as a vet, I know you want the best care for your animal companion. Pet insurance can help, but you need to choose wisely as not all policies are the same. Pet Plan aim to pay claims quickly and without a fuss, and that's one reason why so many vets work with them.
Give your pet the best veterinary care. Save 10% on new policies when you insure at petplan.co.uk. T's and C's apply. Fits all media as an appointed representative of Petplan Limited.
With BetMGM Casino, every time you open the app, it's like a warm Vegas welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas.
BetMGM Casino is the UK's only online casino with real Vegas roots. And every time you play your favorite games, it's like hitting the Las Vegas Strip with your fingertip. And the warmest welcome of all, play £10, get 200 free spins. BetMGM Casino. If it ain't us, it ain't Vegas. Verify at BetMGM.co.uk. Minimum £10 stake. T&Cs apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
TalkSport Breakfast, in partnership with Arnold Clark, we guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Move up through the gears every morning with top-of-the-range Sports Edition, MVS, story breaking news, and more gold talk to the gallon. Plus, a stellar lineup of super celebrity sports guests as standard. TalkSport Breakfast, every weekday morning from 6 on TalkSport with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK.
The Red Club Authority Night of Live Championship Football on TalkSport 2. West Brom face Middlesbrough, 18 yards from 7. Then it's ready, steady, go from 8. Foot to the floor Friday Night Championship Football live on TalkSport 2.
Listening to the Sports One Talk Sport with Jeremy Harcourt and Carl. We've got Terry Gibson coming up, talk about Madness of Real Madrid. But let's get back to the last of the calls. Let's go to Chris. He's an Arsenal fan, right, Chrissy? Chris? 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 No, he's gone. Let's go to Anthony. He's Arsenal fan. That's right.
He probably started to agree with me then.
Oh, hey? What's going on?
What's going on?
Anthony?
What's all the calls?
No? Looks like we've lost everyone, boys. Give me someone else. Who else is there?
Aaron.
Aaron?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I've got you. How are you?
Oh, brilliant. I'm good. Just on the way back to Birmingham, a Chelsea fan.
Right, what do you make of it?
Well, I want to firstly say we shouldn't be upset about that result. We had no Palmer, no James, no Caicedo, Don't Gusto to the new starters. Get him to the lap for both out. Don't want to bring on Borgo Nacho. So I don't think any Chelsea fan should complain about that result.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, mate. I don't think there's you ain't got a full squad there, but I think on the return leg you might get some of those players back and you'll be alright. I think it's gonna be a better contest. And it was a bit of a contest, but I don't think Arsenal was at I don't think Arsenal got out of first gear though. That's what I'm trying to say to you, man. I don't know if you think that.
No, I mean, I think they didn't play too bad.
They got more gears though. They got more gears.
They do, but against Chelsea they seem to suffer. And also, one set piece, a few mistakes, silly goals, nothing to brag about. And another thing I want to add, why is Neto marking Gabriel and Warner?
I don't know, you have to ask the gaffer that.
I noticed that as well. I think maybe they've got the couple of the best headers free to zonal to go and to attack the ball. And then you have the other players who are like kind of disruptive. But maybe that's how some managers do it. They don't want their 2 or 3 best headers to be having to be like tied up marking one player. They like to have them 3 in the box to be able to go and attack the ball. Maybe.
Oh, I guess so.
That's probably where it might head. Because otherwise, why would you have Neto marking Gabriel?
And Arsenal are not always set pieces, so it's a little bit.
They did what they scored.
They did it well. We've done that for a while. And finally, before I go, Esteban is amazing. Seeing someone like him week in, week out is crazy. He is a future Ballon d'Or winner. And that argument about Saka, give Esteban 2 or 3 years, he'll fly past Saka.
There you go.
No, listen, of course, that might be the case. I think Esteban is a superstar in the making.
He is. But
I ain't got a crystal ball. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what the future holds in 2 or 3 years. I agree. I know Esteban he's absolutely brilliant to watch. He is a superstar. And I can't believe that Chelsea got, really, when you think about these lads that come over from South America.
So where do you expect them to go?
Real Madrid, Barcelona. You know, they're the ones that always seem to get them types of players. But for Chelsea to have it, it's unbelievable for their business. They're going to sell it. If they do so, which they probably will, because that's what they look like what Chelsea do, they'll be selling him for over 100 million quid, that's for sure. Right, let's go to Chris. He's an Arsenal fan. Chris.
Hello, gentlemen. How are we?
I'm alright, Chris. I'm alright. Look, what do you make of the performance tonight? Because you can ask me how many others.
I was about to ask.
What's that sorry? We missed you.
Oh yeah, did you say how was your holiday?
My holiday was, well, you can hear it in my voice, don't you?
You sound like you had a few bites of common sense since you've been away.
Let me tell you, Chris, there was no common sense there I was, mate, let me tell you.
I'm just trimming down the dead end, Carl, with you then. Yeah.
What do you want to say about Arsenal? Come on.
2 points. It's to Carlson on his logic.
Yeah, go on.
No, it's so. You're not appreciating Saka's world class. There's no issue with that whatsoever. Yeah. It was your logic that you said to Harry the last caller.
Yeah.
It's what I call it. So you asked if Saka is better than Mo Salah. That doesn't mean that Saka's not world class. Is Cole Palmer world class, in your opinion?
Not yet.
Well, you killed the name to please Well, point being,
I knew he was going to talk to me on that one day. I don't think he's world class yet. No, I don't.
no, but if you did say he's world class and there's an argument for it,
Hypothetically speaking, let's go.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Oh, Dennis Bergkamp?
Dennis Bergkamp. Well, the answer is no. But that still doesn't make him not world class. Frank Lampard was world class. Is he better than Zinedine Zidane? No. But he's still world class.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand your point. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I know the goals look poor, but he was injured for about 6 months.
Nah, listen, mate, listen. I think everyone's just got their back up because it's not that. I'm not saying that he's not a top player, but I'm just not having the world class shot. That's all it is. That's all it is. I've seen world world class players in my time, in my era. I know the era is different now, yeah, but I've got to compare it to what I know and what's in my head and what I've seen. That's all I'm saying, and I'm not putting him there. I'm not putting him in there. I like him. He's a brilliant system player, brilliant. But I just don't see, if he was to leave Arsenal and he went to somewhere else, I don't think he's pulling up the numbers that everyone's saying. I just think he's brilliant for Arsenal, brilliant. And that's what's put him into that bracket. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything different. I'm not being honest with you.
I didn't see how he's not getting that Real Madrid team. Vinicius scored against Barcelona the other day. It's his first goal in about 3 months.
Sorry, Vinicius plays on the left. Rodrigo plays on Breen Diaz. I mean, Tottenham are after Breen Diaz, and he plays on the right for Real Madrid. So don't tell me Saka can't get Real Madrid. He can.
I just don't understand.
I get his argument, and I understand he's comparing to players complaining to top wingers. For me, Saka's world class. Does he need to be better this season? Probably, yeah. He ain't been great.
Yeah, he's had a great season.
He has had a great season, but Arsenal ain't been great. But you're 6 points top. You've got 1 foot in the final of the Carabao Cup. You're top of the Champions League. They're doing something right. You're in one of the machines.
You played well.
Actually played well this season. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Aston Villa, Tottenham. It was like that second year at most of the other games, and there's a shame you just said.
No, I don't watch you to think you're unbelievable, but when you need to step up, you get a result.
You could say that about Liverpool last season as well.
Yeah, but they're efficient.
Exactly the same last season. Yeah. 100%. Exactly the same Liverpool last season.
I agree with you there.
I think his Arsenal team beat Liverpool team last season.
Yeah, I think
this is a better team than Liverpool team last season.
Yeah, I'd say that as well. Definitely.
You know, I think
they're an efficient team. Look, I saw them go down 1 goal this season. I'm thinking the old Arsenal, they'd struggle to come back so soon, but they're just answering straight away, bang. It's like they've just got another gear. They said, all right.
Yeah,
it's just gone, all right, we're going to gear 2 now.
I genuinely believe that Arsenal, and Chris is probably right,
Where are we going to judge Arsenal? I think it's going to be at the latter stages of the season. I think if they win the Carabao, that's a good start for them. Then they go on and they'll be like, you know what, we can go all the way here and get the others. And that's where we can judge them whether they got the balls are stiff. You know what I mean? The cojones.
Yeah, we would say. All right, 322 call. Let's go to Matthew, the Chelsea fan. Matt?
How you doing? Hope you're well.
Yeah. How you doing, mate?
Good. So when Maresca went, there was a lot of talk on social media and sort of in the fanzines and all the Chelsea sort of media and sort of stuff like that. Why did he go? Why did he go there? Why did he leave clubs? Why did he want to go? And there's a lot of speculation that not only this stuff that we've heard about with the medical people that have more sway than the manager, sort of telling the manager how long players can play for and when they should make substitutes, but also that the manager was being told to play players even if he didn't want to, bring them on as subs even if he didn't want to, because they wanted them to be in the shop window. Because Chelsea. How true is that? How true is that? Well, you tell me why Billy starts tonight. Because if anybody watches Chelsea regularly, they know that player is nowhere near. So change it around. So bring in Tyree George or start Garnacho and put Pedro further up front. Dewey has done nothing for Chelsea. He hasn't scored against weak teams like in the conference last season or against Charlton on Sunday.
I think the manager's probably set up a team to play. He's got to see a certain way, and then kills him for
He's got videos of every match we've ever played. He's got to see.
No, but if you're saying you change out Pedro and put Garnacho in, you're changing the whole system that he's just worked on for 3 days.
Not just that.
So a good manager changes the system.
You don't like Louis, do you?
Okay, so tell me what Louis did tonight.
It's not bad. Not enough, but he was just in the system.
He got pulled off.
Yes, but you're talking about changing the whole system 4 hours before a game.
Chelsea have played many times this season with Pedro up front. It's not like it would have been something that he's worked on a system with players. And Tyree George has played up front for Chelsea before. You're talking about playing a player who is nowhere near this level. Nowhere near. Why are you bringing on Badly Seal, who
he, how many games has he played? Like, you can count it.
And there's a reason for that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
there's a new manager
He's
now.
not really ready.
Okay, so there's a new manager now, and then he might have been told, yeah, we need to get him in the team. We need to see him. We need to give him a chance. There's nothing wrong with that.
20 years old.
You know what I mean? He's young. You know, so
Yeah,
he needs to develop. Like, he needs to play the games.
In the semi-final against our biggest rival, that's when you start looking around and experimenting with a player who's a kid. All he's got is hard work and energy. He's got no ability. I feel sorry for him because he was yanked out of the Barcelona Youth Academy before he was too ready. Chelsea should never have signed him, or he should never have agreed to come to Chelsea, because what you need is regular games. And he's not going to get that at a club like Chelsea. You don't play him in a semi-final against Arsenal. And if you think I'm wrong, tell me what he did on the pitch tonight.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying he wasn't meant to start. The lad was meant to start.
He should have started.
You're saying to put Tyreek in front of him?
No, or put Pedro's played up front before.
Yes, but listen to me. You're annoying me. Listen to me. Now you're winding me up now. It's 4 hours before the game. If it was 2 days ago, if the lad was here 2 days ago, he probably would have put João Pedro up front and tweaked the team. It's 4 hours before the match. He's worked on the whole system. What do you mean? So what? He's done the whole setup. He's done all the meetings. He's done all the dealing with and talking to the players. And this is how I'm going to play.
All he's done is replace him.
He's changed like for like. Whether he wanted to do it, whether it's the right decision, his hands are a bit.
I agree with you there, Jay.
It changed. You asked him to say João Pedro, and then he's changing João Pedro and he's told him for 2 days how he wants him to play.
It's not like for like. If you think Gary is the lap of the same player.
Oh, in terms of being a striker.
Alright, so in João Pedro's position, who would you have put in João Pedro's position and then move João Pedro up front? Who would you have put in that position? And the player that he had at his disposal?
The guy at Sugo, the one who's their time forward to cover for Caicedo and got injured.
It's Sugo, so you're going to put him in?
Yeah. You put him in, then you move Pedro further up. Or you play Tyreek George as a forward, as you've done before. Or you just play without a protector forward. There's lots of things.
Okay, so put it this way.
You don't play someone who you know is not going to work out. And if I'm wrong, tell me what Gary did tonight. Tell me what you've ever seen.
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. Just put it this way, from a manager's point of view. You're just coming, you don't really know the team like that. You don't want to tinker with it too much, because you've worked on a system for 3 days, right? And it's coming up to the 4 hours before kickoff. The player that was supposed to start up front is ill, yeah? So you just put someone else that can play up front. That's what he is. That's all he's done. And listen, I know what you're saying, that he's not good enough or whatever, but then he has his chance, he doesn't do it well enough, he comes off on the 58th minute, you put someone else in. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. It's just seeing who you've got. And I know you're talking about it, you can't just see, but that's what was just happened to him 4 hours before kickoff. It's not his fault, it's nobody's fault. Who he gets his chance, if he takes it, he takes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But at least he's had his chance now. Do you know what I mean?
No, against Arsenal, you don't take a chance.
Putting Tyreek George on, that would have been taking a chance. Putting this Sugo guy on, that would have been taking a chance. So what's the point? What's the point of tinkering the whole thing?
You've got a choice between putting Pedro further up front or playing Gary, who you know he's not going to perform, and you go for Gary.
Pedro was starting on the left. What? Are you not getting this into your head? He was playing Neto on the left.
Okay, so put Garnacho on the left.
That's what I'm trying to say. So now you're tinkering the whole thing when he's practiced it with this team. That's what we're trying to say. It's just too many things to just change when you just have to just change one thing. Do you know where we're coming from? No?
I know where you're coming from, but it didn't work, did it?
It nearly did.
Nearly did. Nearly did.
It nearly did.
We took him off and Garnacho comes on, he scores 2 goals.
Right, so why didn't they start with Garnacho? Wouldn't it be better if Garnacho had stayed and Pedro gone up front?
So with Garnacho,
I've come back from a stag do. My brain's not ready for this. Seriously, 4 hours before the kickoff, you can't change the whole system. Change like for like. Gets his chance. You're right. Gets his chance. Doesn't take it. Yes. 2 days ago, yes. Play now up front. Do whatever. 4 hours before the game. Jeez.
I don't know what else to say there. I'm trying to help him. What happened?
He weren't having it. He weren't listening to us, that's for sure. Right, we're going to look ahead. We're going to move on. O'Hara and Cole Dark.
this Saturday. We're going to have a little chat about Conor Gallagher as well, sports party.
The Sports Bar with TalkSport Bet. Download the app or visit TalkSportBet.com for exclusive offers and bonuses. 18 plus, gambleaware.org. They expect you to stay quiet, to swallow hidden fees, put up with faulty products, and accept poor service as just the way it is. But you can demand better. Stand up, speak up, because with Which on your side, you can say no to bad business, buy with confidence, and get the service you deserve. Which, the power in you. Find out more at which.co.uk.
The UK's biggest used car sale is on right now at Arnold Clark, with over 20,000 used cars, all reduced. From Kia to Vauxhall, MG to Mazda, and everything in between. Whatever car you're looking for, you'll find a bargain at the real sale. It only happens once a year, and it's on right now. Visit arnoldclark.com to see why it's the biggest used car sale in the UK.
They say, go big or go home. But now you can go big at home with the Big Arch on delivery. That's right, the Big Arch is back and it's here to stay. Big Arch for big McDonald's under all the McDonald's app. Served from 11 a.m. 18 plus. Service fee is more than $10. Upcharges apply to delivery with subject to availability, price and participation may vary.
Hey Sainsbury's, any way you can save me a few quid on my weekly shop?
Well, Jane, try your Nectar prices. Every week in your Nectar app, you can unlock up to 10 personalised discounts on things you love at Sainsbury's. A Jamesbury's, if you will.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Get personalised discounts with your Nectar prices. That's good food for all of us. Jamesbury's. That means Sainsbury's. 18 plus Nectar app required. Unlock up to 10 your Nectar prices weekly. Available in supermarkets, online, and your locals with Smart Shop. T&Cs apply.
It's one of the biggest sporting spectacles on planet Earth. Super Bowl 60. And you could be there. Enter now at TalkSport.com/win for the chance to score a fantastic 4-day trip for two to the city by the bay, San Francisco, including tickets to Super Bowl 60 and $2.5 grand in cold hard cash. It's Hail Marys and money. Enter now at TalkSport.com/win and get set for a gilt-edged trip to the Golden State you'll never forget.
Nobody knows Vegas like BetMGM, and we know just how loud it can get. So sometimes it's important to turn it down or take a break. Because a little pause keeps the fun in play. To find out more about BetMGM's safer gambling tools and how we can support you to keep your play safe, visit the safer gambling area of our app or website. BetMGM. 18 plus, please gamble responsibly.
It's the halfway point of the season. Some clubs seek to strengthen their squad, while others are in search of last-minute game changers. In the hope it will boost their chances of promotion or survival. The transfer window is now open. TalkSport is the place to get the latest transfer news first. Regular updates of comings and goings of every club, the latest rumours and all the deals as they happen. Plus, find instant updates day and night on the TalkSport app. Transfer updates on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
From the final whistle to last orders, it's gonna be the Sports Bar.
You're listening to the Sports Bar Talk Sport. We're going behind Colts and Goal. We've got back pages coming up, but first time now. Let's have a look at some of the latest transfer rumours. TalkSport Bet.
Bring it on with TalkSport Bet. For weekly broadcast boost for lucky dips and brilliant bet builders. Bring it on at TalkSportBet.com. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Right now.
Evening, lads. How you both doing? You well?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. Back to the stag doing. I'm alright around with ballers from the
I know. That's the last thing you needed. You came back when? When did you come back?
Today.
Oh, jeez. That's terrible, that. They need to take it easy on you, Jay. I don't know what they're doing, but next week.
Well, great genetic, sore throat, and people are just talking. Just talking, muffling.
How
And he said he's arguing with me about Xhaka as well. He's doing it to himself, actually.
Yeah,
He's
he
lining
is.
himself up.
Can't help myself, mate.
He's lining himself up.
I get back, I thought to myself today, I'm just going to come in, do my work, go home.
I'm coming to provoke him a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'm provoking a few fans of Saka as well, to be honest with you. And I'm just watching.
Let's not sleep on that one, Cole. We know what you've been doing, stirring the pot over there.
Of course, that's what I do, bro.
Look, let's start with some odds. Talksport live commentary, the Manchester derby, this Saturday lunchtime. That's a big game.
I know. I guess the question is what kind of impact will Michael Carrick have on the Man United squad? I'm going to be positive and say, oh no, I can't be positive actually. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think it's a bit of a free hit for him at the moment though. I don't think any Man United fan in their right mind will be expecting a win here. And it's a baptism of fire. It really is a hell of a curtain raiser. So the good news for Carrick is Ahmad and Ndouma are back from the AFCON, which is massive. So they're basically at a full squad here. But City, of course, they beat Newcastle at St James's. It was 10-1 against Exeter. Back to business in the Prem now. And they're favourites. Is that Old Trafford? Yes, but they're favourites. Just shy of evens right now. You'd expect that. I'm not shocked you both there. I mean, a United win is 23-10. I've got a feeling there'll be a few Arsenal fans rooting for that United win in the early kick-off, and fair play to them. The draw 29-10. Now, it's one of those games you can get creative with. I mean, I gave a good price for a Semenyo anytime goal against Newcastle, and obviously that came in. He's 33-20 anytime to do it against United, and I think you just have to look at him. He is one of the informed players of the season, he really is. Haaland to score the first goal is 16-5, that's a TalkSport bet booster. All 3 shots on target for Haaland is the same price at 16-5, so head over to TalkSport bet if you like the sounds of those. City winning both teams to score, that's a booster at 23-10, but as a Man United fan, I'm going to say, look at Casemiro or Ugarte to be carded. Okay, because I think it's going to be absolute carnage in that midfield. 19-10 for Casemiro or 41-20 for Ugarte. And of course, I'll back my boy Bruno and say a goal any time's 5-2. He's back in the 10. So he'll be in the Manchester creatively.
So you've recovered, have you? I heard your little rant. I see it, your little rant, mate, on your Insta. Yeah, mate, yeah. You regret it now?
And now I'm not happy. I am not happy. I swear, I haven't been this grumpy for this amount of time in my whole life. I've had the wind knocked out of my sails right now. I'm so negative, but when I'm with you boys, I just put this nice little positive control on. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about that.
Let's have a look at your kid and then the smiles come out, mate. Don't worry about it.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Let's move on with Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal on Saturday evening.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, fact of the matter is Arsenal stay top no matter what the result is. In the day, or the outcome of this game, Coley, that's the scenario they've manufactured for themselves.
Really?
Fair play to them. Yeah, amazing from them. They've been so consistent, Arsenal. Yeah. And Forest won't slip into the red zone either. But so they've got, again, it's all about breathing space this game. So it's quite a nice narrative on the separate ends of the table. Now, I can tell you Arsenal, as you would expect, are favourites. They're away from home, but they're 8-15. Forest at home, 5-1. And that makes total sense to me. I think that price could have been a bit longer and I wouldn't have minded. And the draw's 3-1. What can you go for? Well, world-class Saka is 11-5 to score any time, Coley. So I think a few people will be looking at that. Arsenal to win both
teams. Conversation.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's going to be putting him on everyone's radar, that. Now, Arsenal to win both teams to score 27-10, but I would maybe look at Arsenal to win to nil at 33-20. I don't know. They're 2 good prices to be fair. If you do think Forest will score more than Gibbs White can get 50 goal contributions, he's 19-10 any time. So few things to look at there, but you'd be a brave man to bet against Arsenal at the moment.
Last one before we're going to chat about this as well, but the O'Hara Cup derby on Sunday. Or is it? No, what is it? Against Saturday? Yeah, Spurs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's this kind of sports bar Wednesday sports bar derby. That's what we've gone for here. Yeah, it's an interesting undertone to this one as well because yes, we know Nuno's in trouble. West Ham sat in 18, but Frank arguably just as much pressure. Obviously, they're not near the red zone really, but just as much pressure. In fact, when you look at the betting, the next Premier League manager to be sacked, they're first and second in the betting respectively. Nuno 7-2, Frank 2-1. So heaps of pressure on them now. Spurs, their odds aren't here. They're 7-10. You would expect them to be, I guess. Now West Ham are 7-2. Draws on at 14-5. Spurs in both teams to score is 13-5. That's a nice booster. You can look at 10 at 41-20, I guess, for an anytime goal scorer. I will say, Coley, you might enjoy this one. West Ham, if you want that perspective, a 1-up early payout. TalkSport bet pay if West Ham go 1-up at any point at 6-5. That's not a bad price. Yeah, not a bad price. I don't know how you're feeling, Coley, but surely you're a little bit hopeful with this first side.
Yeah, I think we'll win this game. I think we'll win 2-1.
Yeah,
2-1. Away from home. Bosh.
Wow.
You sound confident.
Yeah, I'm kind of confident.
He's full of waffle.
It's 12 to 1, by the way. It's 12 to 1, guys.
Listen, we win 2-1. Simple.
More chance of a three-legged horse winning at Chelsea.
Oh.
We'll get a special knocked up for that as well. Something around West Ham, you heard it first. And I don't think he's winding me up there, Jay. I think he really means that.
I do. With chest.
Right, now, Mr. Mate, top man, see you later.
Cheers, boys. Take care.
That was a look at the latest on Facebook. Bet terms and conditions apply. 18 plus to gamble.
Bring it on with TalkSport Bet. The weekly broadcast boost, the lucky dips and brilliant bet builders. Bring it on at TalkSportBet.com. 18 plus gambleware.org.
Right, talking of Spurs, West Ham, it is a big game. Joey's phoned us up. He's a Spurs fan, right, Joe?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright, Joe. Look, obviously got a big game at the weekend. Just signed Conor Gallagher. Think he's got good signing?
I'm actually quite pleased with it. I know there's a bit of mixed feelings on, online saying about Conor Gallagher, but we're not going to go out. He's one of the healthiest footballers. He's not been injured. So, but then we said, this happens to Langsman sometimes at Tottenham. But I think it's what we need. I think we need to like this guy. I think he's going to be good. I think it's positive, and it's hopefully we'll have a couple more signings for the adult for the end of the transfer window.
I don't mind it. I think he's a good player. Is he, is he a top player? No, he's not. But he's not played for Atletico Madrid. He definitely would have improved as a player. I liked him at Chelsea. Chelsea didn't want to let him go. So I think he's a really good player for us. He tries to play forward. He can hunt, and he's got energy. He's got a bit of leadership about him as well, being an international. Do I think he's, do it?
Is he a game changer for you?
I think he could be. I think he, when I watched him at Crystal Palace, he changed games. So I think he's a really good signing. We need to spend more money. We sold Brennan Johnson for 35 million, and we bought in Conor Gallagher. I know we signed this left back from Sales, we signed from, but yeah, I mean, we can't expect that to be the end. If we're going to make a stage, we need to go and sign 4 or 5. Whether that happens or not, I don't know, Joe.
I think we will sign a couple more players. I think that I know everyone's get something against Franco, but I think that we've got to start backing the manager. We can't keep sacking it and doing a rebuild. You've got to back the manager, stick with him.
You've got to back the right manager.
But I still think Frank can do it. I still believe Frank. I'm really all for Frank. I don't care what anyone else says. I think Frank, he can do it. Look.
We'll be patient. He's inherited Dross. He has. So I think you need to get these players in.
He's inherited Dross. We are the Europa Cup winners. Huh? Run the Europa.
What night was it though?
Yeah, I
can't be living on that night.
Yeah, but you're saying you inherited Dross when he did.
It's just who we are.
You tell me Van der Ven and Romero is Dross. No. You tell me Jed Spence is Dross.
No, not super players.
Dross.
No, I'm talking about the mentality. The mentality of Drossness.
Lingers. He won the league.
Oh, come on, mate. What did you finish in the Premier League? Where did you finish, bro?
No, but I'm
come on. No. Let's not talk.
Don't say it's
no.
Load of dross.
Okay, it's not a complete load of dross. All right, I'll take that back. Can I take it back?